Yo, 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 yo. Back. Get cold down this basement, man. Hey, don't be fucking barking and shit. Get my goddamn nerves. You. 2,800. Got my man 2,800 in the building. Where the fuck is my head at? Hold on, man. Chilling. Damn, this motherfucker. Dang. Man, they didn't got old they didn't got Donald. Man, straight up, I'm glad somebody getting the motherfucking jersey. Glad somebody getting them. Shit. They been doing a number. They been doing a number on this leaking. You know. You know how they do. How they do when they do it. Yeah. I think computer ain't never charged up. Ever what it is. God damn it. Man, you know how we do, man. Hey, man. You know how we do, you heard me. He said, Dirt Wife mad at these blogs. She mad some posts about you can't believe anything people say on the internet. She mad they keep slandering her husband. Yeah, I know it's horrible what they doing to Dirt, man. They over there saying that old black trial getting postponed because of OTF trial. And I don't believe none of that shit. We'll see when the time comes. I think the OTF trial getting postponed because the case was garbage, like I've been saying since the beginning. They still haven't ruled on their motion for acquittal. What's up, G man? All them boys filed motions for acquittal. They ain't ruled on them yet. Not the judge. That's what's holding that trial up. That's what's holding that sentencing up. Judge still haven't ruled on a motion for acquittal. It don't take this long, man. They filed them motions about 6-7 months ago. It did not take that long to get a decision on them motions. That's why old Block 6 ain't been sentenced yet. People just don't understand how flawed that case was, man. Case was flawed. That case. That was a patchwork case. You had Trenches News. You had Butter. You had all these witnesses. They ain't have nothing to do with the crime. Man, East Baltimore County, what it is. Yeah, all these witnesses. They ain't had nothing to do with the crime. Testifying. You had no evidence for real. You know, you have evidence on somehow. Yo, where you see that at, Rob? Send it to my Instagram. Send it to my Instagram. Man, they done got down Trump. They done caught Trump down bad. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. Yo, politics is a dirty game, man. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, that shit is not for us. You hear me? They say, man, fuck it. We ain't get nothing out the deal. We done held up SNAP benefits. We ain't get nothing out the deal. Guess what we gonna do? We gonna release some Epstien emails. Yeah, these motherfuckers crazy. I'm trying to tell y'all. So people think politics a game. That shit ain't no motherfucking game, man. Hey yo, I don't even know if that shit real or not, man. You heard me? I don't know if that shit real. It could be. I wouldn't be surprised if they all on the motherfucking list. You feel me? Ain't no one person better than the next. That they all play the same game. You know what I mean? They all play the same game, y'all. You know. But hell yeah. I was in here sitting there, my fucking body been hurting all day. Y'all know I was in an accident. I ain't even show y'all the video yet. Oh my gosh, here we got a racist in the building. Let's get him out of here. You know, we don't deal with racism over here, man. Like, yo, I be tripping out the way, like, y'all, like, I have no, like, I can never see me going over to a white person platform and typing cracker or any type of racist slur. Like, yo, who the fuck got time to be doing that? You like, you niggas is fucking mess. We need to be ashamed. You need to be ashamed of yourself, man. Because at the end of the day, you won't say it to my face. More than likely, you won't say it to no black man face. You feel me? So to sit there and type it, it's like, what the fuck is you doing, yo? I mean, what you saying shit that you'll never do in real life? Like, man, go the fuck in with that dumb ass shit. You send it to my Instagram? All right. Let me hold on. I'm talking fucking trash. Hey, y'all be tripping off racists though, man. You see, you only support African Americans. We made the motherfucking light bulb. What the fuck it look like? What you think this? Do I sound like anything other than African American? Come on, y'all. Y'all not been dealing with this damn fucking computer not charging. For some reason, it's not letting me send. All right, I check my emails. I gotta get this fucking computer to charge first. Every time I see like now, every time I come downstairs, this bitch dead. Bitch used to be charging. And the bitch don't want to charge no more. Yeah, Sheriff. Hit that motherfucking like button. Fuck wrong with you, man. And subscribe to the channel. But it's a lot going on for real, man. All right. Fuck that boy name is Bonds. What's the nigga name, man? Played basketball, man. Matt Bonds. Matt Bonds getting extorted and shit. Hey, Matt Bonds getting extorted. You got Oskino beefing with Meek Mills. I be trailed in there. I just been sitting back watching shit. This shit like a soap opera. You heard me? Well, you ain't hit the like button yet, Sheriff. Fuck is you talking about? It still say 9 likes. The motherfucker like, but man, share the live, man. We ready to rock and roll. I just gotta let my computer charge up some. And we ready to get busy, man. Fuck else going on, y'all? I seen Woody talking about WAC 100. It said WAC 100 a Fed agent. I don't think anybody was surprised about that. Seems like Woody knows, got some inside information. Seems like Woody got inside information that he know WAC 100 a Fed agent. But I told y'all a lot of these guys are fed agents. Like, I mean, y'all think it's a game, man. Just know what you watching and know what you supporting. That's my advice to the people. Know what you watching and know what you supporting, man. Your favorite YouTuber might be a federal agent. Just let you know. Your favorite blogger, your favorite YouTuber, your favorite podcaster might be working for the federal government. Just keep that in mind, man, when you watching these niggas. Keep it by. You might be supporting the feds. Man, what kind of question you gotta ask, man? Don't ask me nothing fucking stupid. You know, we don't answer stupid questions over this bitch. Yeah, man, Bob's getting extorted, man. Some girl he was dealing with. It's my last name. It's my last name, my first name, one at Yahoo. Am I addicted to weed? I don't even smoke weed, man. I haven't smoked weed in years. What you talking about? Do I look like a weed smoker? No motherfucking weed smoker. Do my eyes look like they red or low? You know what I mean? My eyes chinky. You know what I mean? I don't smoke no weed, man. Salute to the weed smokers though, man. And man, smoke one for the ancestors like Umar Johnson did. Yeah, man, smoke one for the ancestors, you know. We do smoke black and miles for the ancestors though. That is what we do over here. You know, everything we do over here, we do it for the ancestors. Straight up. You say, yeah, I think I saying something like that. You know, they been trying to get rid of Obamacare for the longest time, man. You know, I ain't really too versed on it. I know it got its pros and its cons. You know what I mean? But I don't really think you want the federal government controlling your health care anyway, you know, on a large scale. You know, because if they can control your health care, they can control if you live or die or not. I don't think that's really what you really want. Yeah, I just got it. Waiting on this computer to charge up. Yeah, I don't know why they doing this to Dirk though, man. They doing Dirk real bad, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing to do. Like it's being promoted or something. Hey, straight up. I might go get me some wine. Hold up, it's getting late. I can't get no wine at the motherfucking 11 o'clock. We might gotta ride to the store first. You know what I mean? Might drink some wine with y'all tonight. You know what I mean? Might gotta ride to the store. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't really feel like it for real. No, this bitch, everything closed early, yo. Hey, 2000, can you imagine an area where you can't get liquor after 11 or after 10? Like, oh, this shit crazy out here, bro. Luckily, I don't drink. I'm just saying, if I did drink, that shit would be an issue. You can't get liquor at the 10 o'clock? Man, Baltimore, this bar's open at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. That bitch down there never closed. Open up, close at 4, open up at 6. You heard me? That's for my drinking days. Man, that shit bad, man. I ain't gonna lie. I be like, dang, yo, people who's living out here, they ain't never experienced life. Like, you can't experience life living in Pittsburgh, man. Straight up. Shit is not, it's way bigger, way better other places, for real. Who the fuck a bootlegger? Oh, shit. Let's see. God damn it. Shit, keep acting fucking stupid, man. There we go. I think we got it now. So we ready to ride to the store, y'all, while this computer charging. Let this shit charge first. I'm gonna ride to the store. Grab me a bottle. And if I drink some wine, we gonna party. You heard me? Hold up. We ain't get busy. My motherfucking keys. What time is it? Alright, 10:27. Tell you, Eagles fan. I wasn't here watching the games, but I got a short attention span, y'all. Like I can't sit back. I can watch the Ravens game. Anything outside of that, man, I can't sit back and watch that shit for no motherfucking hours. I've been to rewinded it about 40 times. End up still gonna watch the whole shit. End up turning that bitch off at the end of. These little what's gone. Said I gotta give me a mini bar. I don't drink for real, y'all. Yeah, I don't drink. Hit that like button, y'all. Oh, it look like they letting us back in the algorithm today. Make sure if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, I don't really drink for real. So I don't need no mini bar. I can get 2 bottles of wine. That should have lasted me motherfucking like 2 months. I don't really drink. Can't drink, y'all. I used to drink. Yeah, man. Yeah, we ready to get busy though. I'm only going up the street. Get this store for this bitch closed. Yeah, we gotta cover the Matt Bond situation. We're gonna go over this dirt paperwork. Matt Bond's out this bitch getting extorted. These women nowadays is crazy though, man. The shit I be saying online, I be like, damn. These motherfuckers is vicious. You heard me. Hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to if you new. Let me run the store real quick. Alright, we back. He said those who give up the central liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. A King 24. I agree. What the fuck? Epstien car. I thought Epstien was dead. Epstien still driving? He might be. You never know. These days times, you know what I mean? He might be somewhere driving around. I just had to get me a little bottle of wine for real. We ready to get busy though, y'all, so don't go nowhere. Make sure you subscribe. By the time I guess they finished chatting. You know, but if y'all noticed, I told y'all that's what they do, yo. They sank my numbers for like 2 months. Like, we'll go all the way up. Let me tell you what they do, right? We'll go all the way up to like 2 million, damn near 2 million views in a month. And then in like a 3-month time frame, they sink us all the way back down to like 100,000. Like, what the, like, I can't even explain that. Like, come on, YouTube. How that's too big of that's a drastic decline. And they do that shit all the time. Like that's what they do over here on Keeping G News, man. But let us be sane. Let us get some subscribers, and then they just sink our shit to the floor. Yeah, man. They've been doing this shit. I've been doing this shit for 4 years, man. They've been doing that shit. They didn't used to do it when I was doing uploads, but since I started going live, and they've been getting my real, opinions on things, they be like, oh fuck no. This nigga might see anything. Ball out. Man, MAGA. Who said MAGA for life? You better fall back from that shit, man. Politics ain't meant for you, man. Y'all better stop thinking politics is the way. Politics is divisive. All these motherfuckers lie. Why they ain't been released these emails? You know what I mean? Why is it that they haven't been released these emails? They always had them. And then people like to make an excuse. No, they had to pass this bill with a bunch of bullshit. Man, these people go above and beyond the law whenever the fuck they feel like it, man. If they want to do some shit, they'll do it. You heard me? I think Trump done showed everybody that. They ain't got no decorum. They do what the fuck they want to do. We the only ones following the rules. We the only ones following the rules. Start that shit. Good. All right, y'all. All right, we ready now. Hit that like button, y'all. Man, should have been. If it was about who gave the best takes and who had the best videos, I'd have been at 100,000. But that's not what it's about, y'all. It's politics. It's politics and social media. It's politics and media in general. That's the part they don't tell you. When they tell you, we can help you do this and grow your channel and you can do that and the third, they don't tell you about the politics. They don't tell you if you target a certain group of people, they make it hard for you. They leave that part out. That's the fine print. Niggas don't read the fine print. They just gotta start reading the fine print, man. Got me some sweet red. Yeah, man. Drinking sweet red tonight. Oh yeah, what was the strike for? King 47 pushing, but I think he working with them people too. He tried to separate himself. That's what they do. They work with each other, then they try to branch off like they ain't, like they're in opposition, but they're still pushing the same message. I don't trust none of these guys, yo. Like I told y'all that, and I stand on it. I don't trust these dudes. I don't know where they came from. I never seen nobody that's met these guys in their comments, in their lives. These dudes don't talk about the schools they went to. Like I don't know. I don't trust them. That's just me. That's just me, y'all. I don't trust these niggas. That's why I don't watch them. I got good elbows. What the fuck type of... They blame 1996. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Why y'all don't think about what you just said, bro? If your girlfriend would have seen that, what would she say? Like, what the fuck would she say if she knew that she was that she was writing this type of shit in the comments? Like, what the fuck be wrong with y'all? Be on this bitch tripping. I'm glad y'all here though, man. They've been keeping us down for a while, man. Hit that like button. For real though, 20 ball out. The fuck wrong with these niggas, man? Hey yo, hey, well, whoever you talk to, whoever your significant other is, If they found out that you was in people comments, uh, 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 congratulating them on their elbows, like yo, what the fuck would they think of you, right? Would they view you the same? Straight up and down, yo. If you had to use your real name and picture, would you have said that in the comments? I don't think you would have. I hope you wouldn't have. Yeah, man. You don't about me saying anything, yo. I wait for my computer to load. Yeah, that fuck me wrong. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I like the trolls sometimes, as long as they don't spam. Like I don't mind trolls. You know what I mean? I don't like when they get the spam and the same thing. Like you can troll, yo. I mean, you can troll. You know, I get a kick out of that shit sometimes. Some of that shit be funny as a bitch. What the fuck, motherfucker? What the person told me a while ago? Yo, he said some shit. That shit had me dying laughing. I can't even remember. Whatever it was funny as hell. Yeah, they do be funny sometimes, yo. Yeah, just don't say the N word, man. Just yeah, man. As long as you don't say the N word, you good. We don't do that. We don't do the racist shit. We do stereotypes though. Stereotypes create conversations. But just don't get upset when we start giving out stereotypes too. That's all I'm saying. You want to be over here bitch speaking on stereotypes, you gotta be able to take it the other way too. My man said release the laptop. Release the whole motherfucking file. God damn, this computer taking long as a bitch. Yeah, the emails really don't say too much. It sounds like to me, extortion attempt. To be honest, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like an extortion attempt, and the timing of it is I can't see. Oh, that's the thing, yo. When things like that get released, timing is everything. Like I always tell y'all, yo, America don't care about victims, man. Don't ever think that America cares about victims because they don't. If they cared about victims, it would have never been no classification of the Epstien list or these emails. It got released immediately, and everybody involved would have went to jail. It wouldn't have been no fight. One group of people want them to come out, another group want. It wouldn't have been none of that, man. Yeah, man. Basically that. Yeah. I'm ready to go to it whenever my fucking computer finishes restarting. Yeah, whenever my computer finishes restarting, I'm gonna go to it. I gotta wipe my screen off. I don't think it's game over, Mr. R. Man, ain't no telling who's on that motherfucking eye. I think they always on that bitch at least once or twice. Yeah, man, you might got to go there. Yeah, man, that might be a qualification to get in the government. You got to go to the island at least once. You got to you got to experience the island, man. Straight up. You never know, yo. These people crazy, man. You'd be surprised at what people do behind closed doors, man. That's why they want to keep it a secret. That's why they want to keep it a secret. Yeah, I know, Al. When they do that, and I be talking about, I'm like, yo, they be talking about Dirk like Dirk was just some motherfucking menace to society. Oh, he killed people. A lot of people kill people, man. The United States kill people. Russia kill people. China kills people. People gets killed, man. But my thing is innocent people. I don't think Dirk is in charge with doing anything to anybody innocent. You know what I mean? Then get your bitch ass out of here, then, Gail. You know what I mean? Get the fuck up out of here. If you can't understand what I'm saying, maybe this page ain't for you. You understand? Do you understand that? Or do I need to say it in fucking Swahili? Yeah, yo, it's just, that shit just happens, man. You know? Fuck well with gay. We gonna make us get on your ass here. Fuck well, whatever. Hey James, what it is? Damn, is y'all getting notifications today? God damn, salute to YouTube, man. Yeah, salute to YouTube, man, for putting this back in the algorithm. God, we was over this been suffering for weeks. It felt like a month. I think it was like a month and a half. For a month and a half, they've been tanking us. Now we got the whole crew back. Well, Paul wasn't innocent. What's up, T Mac? How was Pop innocent? Pop was dissing too. Yo, you not innocent. Just like, all right, prime example. Julio, Alicia Andrews trial. Y'all remember the witness that got on that was in the car with Julio or was in the Julio entourage when he got murdered and he was on the stand crying? I'm like, oh, this nigga crying? Like, oh, you was hanging around Jacksonville's top eye. Like, yo, you can't be innocent in that sense. You know this man dissing the dead. You know what his music is about. You know the things that he's into. So when shit happens, yo, you can't then say you was an innocent bystander. Bitch, you was a part of it. You was a part of it. Now, if shots got to flying and you was just walking into the mall or going into a store and you got hit, yeah, you can be innocent in that sense. But if you hang around a drill rapper, you hang around a rapper dissing the dead, you hang around a gangster rapper that got beef with people that you are fully aware of, yo, if shit go left, you are not innocent. You're not innocent. Because if you don't say nothing, you support it. If you don't separate yourself from it, you support it. That's how that goes, man. That's how it goes. What's up, Kenneth? How was Pab innocent? How is Pab innocent? Shit don't make sense. Man, this bitch gonna come on? Jesus Christ. Oh, matter of fact, I forgot my computer did an upload. God damn it. God damn, yo. I'm tell how long this shit gonna take. Yeah, man. Like people, everybody want to be innocent. Everybody want to be civilians. Like, yo, come on, yo. Like, yo, you can't snitch and then I'm a civilian now. No, yo, once you snitch, your civilian status is forever revoked. The fuck you made? You should have became a civilian before you did that shit you did, man. You should have became, if you wanted to be a civilian, you should have became a civilian before your dumb ass went to jail. Before you committed these crimes. You don't commit crimes, tell, and then say, well, I'm a civilian now. No, you just a bitch ass nigga that told. Fuck you made. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't want real people speaking. You feel me? Because when real people speak, they speak like me. They want guys like a Whack 100 or some of these other guys to talk about shit that they don't really know nothing about. Man, I don't know. You don't snitch now. You're a civilian. No, you just a rat. That's it. That's all you ever going to be. You feel me? You a rat that don't commit crimes. But a civilian, no, hell no. You did too much to be a civilian. Civilian terms is reserved for people that was in the streets, made a way out, and changed their life, ain't told on nobody. Then you're a civilian. But you can't be in the streets, do a whole bunch of fuck shit, tell on niggas, tell on COs, tell on dead folks, and then come home like, well, I'm a civilian now. No, I don't know. You's a bitch. That's all you could ever be. You can't ever be nothing outside of that. You feel me? I be tripping on that shit though, man. People be letting these guys slide. You know what I mean? The Terrence Williams and all, they be giving them boys passes, man. Terrence Civilian Williams. Man, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what's up with my computer, y'all. That shit is like acting fucking stupid. Shit acting dumb. That bitch been restarting for fucking since we left out the first time. Right. I don't blame you, man. The street shit ain't worth it, Rob. Shit ain't worth it, y'all. All it do is put you behind in life, man. All it do is leave you with a whole bunch of trauma and dead friends. You know what I mean? And a lot of motherfucking wounds that probably won't never heal. You know, we've been sold a lie. But I won't say it's a myth though. I can say it's a lie. It's a difference between a lie and a myth. You know? We've been sold a lie, but I will never say it's a myth because it really happens. You know, people really dying out this bitch. People really getting life sentences. You know, fathers is really getting deleted. You know what I mean? Shit real. Ain't nothing mythical about the motherfucking streets. Ain't nothing mythical. Better believe that. Yo, my fucking computer's acting stupid, yo. People to been got busy. Alright, yo, fuck it. Let me read what the album sent me on the Dirk shit. So he said he got count 4 drop. Album, you sure this real paperwork? It's a introduction. Count 4, the superseding indictment, charged defendant with violation of U.S. Code 18 for use, carrying, discharging firearms, including a machine gun. All right, I see. Oh yeah, okay, I see how Dirk ain't never had no guns. Okay, the rest of them ain't gonna get count 4 thrown out. Cause I know Asa Houston was trying to get count 4 thrown out too, but since he's one of the alleged shooters, he's not getting count 4 thrown out. Possession of a firearm and furtherance of 2 predicate crimes of violence under the higher murder for hire, resulting in death in violation of 18 U.S. Code 1958A, as charged in count 2, and stalking resulting in death in violation. After further consideration, the government has elected not to proceed on the murder for hire predicate for count 4 because that conviction carries a mandatory minimum prison penalty of life imprisonment. Therefore, conviction with that predicate does not impact the ultimate sentence. With respect to the stalking predicate, the government now elects to proceed only under 2261A, that defendant engaged in course of conduct that placed the victims in reasonable fear of death or seriously bodily injury, resulting in death. So they didn't dismiss the whole count. They just dismissed the predicate act of the murder for hire, count 4. The defendant engaged in course of conduct. Accordingly, the only question now before the court is whether the current version of 18 code is a crime of violence. Although, so this is not final, Alvin. They still got a rule on this. They just trying to simplify it for the judge. So count 4 might get thrown out eventually, but it ain't thrown out yet. They just remove one of the predicate acts. Because in order to get found guilty at count 4, you have to commit 2 predicate acts. So what the prosecution is trying to do now is say, all right, we're going to take away one of the predicate acts, and we're going to leave it up to the court to decide if we can proceed with count 4 under this predicate act without the murder for hire being a part of it. So that's what this is. That's still a win, though. Although no court of appeals have yet addressed this issue, every district court that has done so has found that it is a crime of violence. The court should follow suit and hold the same. Yeah, so that's what that is. That's definitely a win, though. That's definitely a win for Dirk. You know, they're not gonna report on the wins. Yo, what the fuck, yo? Come on now. Computer ain't never take this fucking line to cut on. What the fuck out? Now, so look, you know, I don't know what's up with this computer. Let's y'all hear the Matt Bond situation. Computer acting stupid. Yeah. He only they don't have a case, yo. Like I keep telling people. Yo, if you listen to these trap lord raw, yo, if you listen to any blog that's telling you that Dirk is like 100% done based off the evidence, then yo, they misleading you, man. They misleading you. Now, if they just saying it because they know the feds play a dirty game and they gonna find a way to secure a conviction, I can kind of go with that narrative more. But if they tell you, yo, that Dirk is done, it's a rock solid case, there's no way he can beat it, yo, they misleading you, man. They're not telling you the truth, man. They ain't telling you the truth. Because we haven't even seen no evidence. We haven't even seen no evidence. They haven't released no evidence. Every time United States government put in a motion, they talking about other crimes that other people committed. OTF members did this. OTF members did that. King Von was murdered. It was a shooting in Chicago. They say it was a retaliation for D-Thing. But they haven't gave us no information about the crime in California. I don't think they have any. Outside of what PW1 or PW2 was saying. But I told y'all, street rats give multiple statements. It's very seldom you're gonna get a situation like YW Bellyhole boy. Like he y'all remember that shit we watched up? It was like Rick YW Bellyhole boy came straight into the motherfucking interrogation room, ready to tell it all. Like, yo, you're not going, that's rare. You ain't gonna get, you ain't gonna always get that. They're gonna try to lie first. That mean the average guy is gonna try to lie at least twice before they come clear to tell the truth. Man, that bad with that room. Like, man, I already know what y'all came to. What he say? I already know what y'all want. Let's get busy. Yo came in the interrogation room like, man, I know what y'all want. I've been waiting for y'all, actually. What you all know? I know it all. I said, God damn. Where the fuck they find this nigga at? This nigga a special breed. Yeah, I ain't really a fan of the emails. If he did it, he did it. It's fucked up. But to me, timing is everything. Like they trying to. It's not like they're doing this because they care about victims. Like if they cared about victims and they release these emails, I'd be like, all right, yo, but they don't give a fuck about no victims. This shit is just to hurt Trump image. That's it. It ain't about being open and honest about a situation. It ain't about shining light on the victims. It ain't about none of that shit. Y'all can't give my computer ain't cutting on, yo. Shit keep saying it's restarting this shit. Your bitch been restarting for 30 minutes. Let me show y'all what happened with what's the con. You know Trump gonna do something. You know Trump ain't going down without a fight. You feel me? Oh yeah, Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes said he being extorted, y'all. Check him out.
By no means am I sharing this story for empathy or sympathy? I'm sharing this story because a lie can travel around the world before the truth wakes up. And although this is all being handled legally and people are in the process of being sued, I wanted to address it because the bullshit continues to come out. For like the last 6 to 8 months, there's been a lot of bullshit, particularly posted by Tasha K. And some new chick just got into it, Jesse something, about messages, text messages, voice audios, all this shit. And it's 1,000% all bullshit. And I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to show you some receipts to show you that I'm not lying. Because unfortunately, today, you got to do that. All right, story time. And by no means am I sharing this story for... So this started July of 2023. My ex and I had split up for about a month. And this chick DMs me, and I entertain her. We go back and forth. Conversation gets spicy. But we never met, never kicked it, never met, never seen this chick one time in my life. And then fast forward, my ex and I got back together. So I told her, she got a little weird, but she kind of just fell back. So moving along, we get back together and we end up doing this reality show. And while we were on this reality show, we find out we're pregnant. So we announced that on the reality show. And when that airs for the world to see, I start getting hit up from different phone numbers. Tripping. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to expose this. So this started July of 2023. My ex and I had split up for about a month. And this chick DMs me, and I entertain her. We go back and forth. Conversation. So I think to myself, like, expose what? Like, we've never kicked it, met, person, shook hands, hugged, none of that shit. So I'm like, expose
Yo,
what?
lie like a motherfucker.
At the same time, you know, my ex was a little older, which is a high risk pregnancy. And I didn't want no bullshit like that coming out. So this chick said, pay me or I'm going to release our text, our converse, our DMs. And I'm like, you really don't have shit. But again, okay. So I start paying this chick some bread for about a year.
Damn.
I'm going to show you those receipts too.
Hey, hold the fuck up, yo. Hold the fuck up, Matt. Yo, come on, Matt. Yo. Yo, hold the fuck up. So, yo, this nigga say, he beat this girl on the internet. Ain't do nothing with it. Just, a little bit texting back and forth. Never nothing sexual. You know what I mean? Never nothing sexual. Then, at the time, him and this girl was going through some little, whatever the fuck they was going through. They get back together. She finds out. She say she gonna expose him. And what the fuck is there to expose? What the fuck, you like butt plugs or something? Like, yo, like, what the fuck was you doing? Like, fuck, you was twerking in the mirror in some of the videos? Like, yo, I don't understand what is there to expose at that point. He must have some shady sharp shit. Hold on, yo, I'm gonna let it rock out. Y'all know I got a joke though. Cause I don't understand, like, at that point, if you never done nothing with it sexually, you and your girl was on the outs, or it was having whatever y'all had going on. What is there to expose? Oh, I forgot. She was pregnant at the time. It was high risk. He ain't want to take no chances. He had to walk light. That could be true. Let him continue. He's like 3 figures.
September of last year, we have the baby. And I keep paying her until the end of the year, so until December. I think December 6th was the last time I sent her bread. So come January, she flips out. You need to do this. If you don't do this, I'm going to expose everything. So I just confessed. I told my ex, like, look, showed her the DMs, the conversations, proof that I'd never kicked this chick. But this chick starts going crazy and saying, I'm going to expose you and you just wait. And I'm going to show you that. too, so y'all can see.
What's up, Reese?
But she just starts going on a rampage. The one thing I will say is this chick is good. We
Sunshine.
had DM for a little bit.
Get
There's some
notifications
voice
today.
audios, and then during the process where I was trying to keep her sane, we exchanged phone numbers. September of last year. So she starts chopping and screwing, and even AI in my voice because she had it on a few voice audios.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, AI is ready to be the number one. Yo, everybody, yo, this is how everybody was blaming Diddy at one point. In the future, AI is gonna take a lot of blame. I ain't gonna lie. Motherfucker gonna put everything on AI. They gonna get caught cheating, man. That shit was AI. Straight the fuck up. You can't prove it was me. You know what I mean? AI did that, man. I'm telling y'all, if anything going wrong, if you ever get caught down bad in the next 5 years, you'll blame AI for that shit, man. I'm telling you. They wouldn't know if it's real or not.
They threaten stories about my kids and all kinds of weird. So she starts chopping and screwing, and even AI in my voice because she had it on a few voice audios. And since then, not a lot of blogs, but Tasha K mostly, and we know how thirsty and desperate she is and how many times she's been sued, like not fact checking anything, just whatever she sent, she runs. So there were stories out there about me being gay. There are stories about me about.
Yeah, see, that's what it was. I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. So y'all think I didn't even watch all this shit. I told you he was doing some wild shit. You know what I mean? She probably got some videos or something. Something real incriminating. Nigga probably was twerking in the mirror or something. You know, he probably pulled the a go yayo move. You know what I mean? Bent over in the mirror or something, man. Yo, these niggas is fucking weird, right? Yeah, look. Hey, JB, you know, it's always a lie and the truth. All you gotta do is comb through it. You know what I mean? You comb through a lie good enough, you're gonna find the truth. I promise you. I knew it was some wild shit. God damn it, Matt. Damn. Y'all here living wild and reckless, man. God, you too old for that shit, Matt.
September. So she starts chopping and screwing, and even AI in my voice because she had it on a few voice audios. And since then, not a lot of blogs, but Tasha K mostly, and we know how thirsty and desperate she is and how many times she's been sued, like not fact checking anything, just whatever she sent, she runs. So there were stories out there about me being gay. There are stories about me about allegedly trying to convince a girlfriend of mine not to go on reality TV. What else? There's a story about me, the recent one about me allegedly trying to talk someone into an abortion. They threaten stories about my kids and all kinds of weird and wild shit. So she starts chopping and screwing, and even I think in closing, a lot of you who follow me and know that I'm not perfect, far from perfect. Fucked up plenty of times, but I'm real. A lot of my private stuff has played out publicly. You guys have witnessed me lose my family this year. You guys have witnessed a lot of shit. And again, I don't make no excuses for none of my bullshit. I accept everything on the chin that I'm responsible for. But again, I had to come and speak out this because it's bullshit. And perception is reality, and people run with perception instead of understanding the reality. When I went in court for these people that I'm about to sue, no one will talk about that because they don't care about that. But they love to run with the lies. So, like I said, this chick is good. She chops conversations up. She AIs conversations. She pieces 3 or 4 different conversations together to make them seem like something that's not true. So again, I'm gonna show you some shit so you can see. Y'all take it from there.
So he released some messages, right? But you can't read them, you know, because the way he released it, you can't pause it. So we would really have to screenshot the messages so we can actually see what the fuck they say. But he released some payments, man. He sent this girl 61. So for a girl that he ain't never dealt with, he, you know, that chop and screw things and uses AI to manipulate conversations. He says I had 61,000. Hold on, I'll turn it this way so you can see it right. He says I had 61,000. It looked like they made a deal. 5,000 a month. You know what I mean? look like the deal was, look, you give me 5,000 a month. I won't expose your freaky ass. He only showed 1, 2, 3, 4 payments. But obviously, he done sent a lot more money to that. That's only 20,000. Nigga, you missing motherfucking, how many months is that? You missing 8 months, nigga. Damn, for a whole year you was paying this girl. So then he posted this, but you can't see it because he fucking.
In 1.5 miles. Stay to the right to I-405 North.
God damn it, Mac got caught down bad. I ain't gonna lie, some wild women out here though. But they can only get you down bad if you involved in wild activity your goddamn self. I mean, if you ain't doing nothing wild, ain't nothing to expose. You heard me? You can only be exposed if you live in the lie, man. Y'all can catch this on the replay and pause it. Obviously, he's living a lie. It's October. This was Tuesday. Oh, so this shit all recent. October 22nd. 26th. November. Oh, so this shit happened all the way up to motherfucking last week. Thursday. Man, this is Friday. Last week. Yep. She been on his ass Monday, the 10th. Today, damn, she exposed. She sent that nigga messages all the way up until the day. God damn, man. Hey man, yo, you still with that freaky shit, man. I don't think the emails. We talking about the emails with Trump. I don't think they fabricated. I just question the timing. I don't think that. See, yo, to me, yo, intent matters. You know what I mean? Intent matters, yo. If they really cared, right? They really cared. If they really cared that Trump was dealing with these underage people, these underage girls or guys, or whatever the fuck was going on Epstein Island, he should have never even been able to become president. You feel me? If they really cared. How long when Epstein got arrested? Let's see when Epstein got arrested. What year did Jeffrey Epstein get arrested? In 2019. Oh, excuse me. He got arrested in 2009. That's only 6 years ago. Yeah, timing matters to me, yo. Like, I don't know, y'all. I'm just telling y'all, America don't care about victims, man. I wanna pull it up, but for some reason my computer is not cooperating today. The bitch been restarting for hours. All right, here we go. I think we should be ready to get this shit back going. Updates underway. Please keep the computer on. Yeah, my shit going through an update. This shit said 120. What kind of update is this? I never had no update that lasts this motherfucking long. The longest update ever. What you mean, Ricky Rogers? They all together, man. Like, yo, y'all gotta stop thinking one side is better than the other, man. Y'all gotta stop thinking that shit, man. I'm telling you. You'll be fucked up when you figure out they all on the same team. You see what Candace Owens going through now? Believing in politics. Believing one party was for the people and the other party wasn't. Yeah, on my fucking computer. It's geeking. Hold on, I'll be good now. Hold on. Better stop thinking that shit. People don't give a fuck about you or me. They don't give a fuck about you or me, man. All they care about is how we gonna string these people long enough. String these people long enough for us to make $1 million or make a couple million. That's all the fuck they care about for real. All right, we good now. Finally, the computer turned on. That's all they care about. How long can we string these people along? How long can we get these people to believe a lie before they catch on? You know, and we can make a couple million before they do it. You know, this is supposed to be a war in 2027, y'all. I don't know how many people knew that. But America been gearing up for a war with China for years now. And ask anybody that's in the military. You think I'm lying? And what they're saying is China's supposed to invade Venezuela. And that's what's going to kick off the war. Now, you think I'm lying? Ask somebody in the military. See what they tell you. Most people that got family in the military know. That's what's supposed to be happening. Real American.
From the House Oversight Committee released a slew of emails, and they are about as significant as anything we've seen yet, tying Donald Trump to Jeffrey Epstein in a far more significant way than we've ever heard to this point.
Yeah, and then these emails are conversations between Jeffrey Epstein and author Michael Wolff, as well as Ghislaine Maxwell.
So let's start with 2015, just before the Republican debates on CNN. Michael Wolff, the author, told Jeffrey Epstein that he was concerned that they might...
He had heard, actually, that
CNN would ask questions about Epstein to Donald Trump.
Right, would ask Donald Trump about his relationship with Epstein, and Epstein responds to Michael Wolff's bringing that up, and Epstein says, if we could craft an answer, what should it be?
Now listen to this.
Which, by the way, we should say, makes it clear that Epstein is saying, if I could get information to Trump on how to respond to that question, what should it be?
Well, if it were simply, if the truth was simply all he knew, he just knew and socialized with Epstein, you wouldn't be concerned about crafting an answer.
Right.
You craft an answer when there are things you don't want to say or shade or avoid. Now listen to this. Wolff sends back to Donald Trump this. This is a quote.
No, Wolff sends back to Epstein.
Wolff sends back to Epstein. This is a quote. I think you should let him hang himself if he says he hasn't been on the plane.
No, it's not Venezuela. My bad, it's Ukraine. China supposed to invade Ukraine in 2027. And that's supposed to kick off the World War. That's my bad. I guess I said the wrong country.
or to the House, then that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. Then he goes on to say this: if it really looks like he could win, you could save him. You could save him generating a debt. That is way more.
The save him part is
Save him. Save him from what? That's the question. If it's just they socialized, you're not saving him from anything.
Right.
Sound like extortion plan to me. It sounded like that Epstein was extorting people.
Now they're talking about it all of a sudden because President Trump is in the Oval Office. But when Joe Biden was sitting in there, the Democrats never brought this up. This wasn't an issue that they cared about because they actually don't care about the victims in these cases. They care about...
How long I've been saying that though, yo? Yo, it's crazy that... Yo, I be telling you, how long have I been telling y'all your America don't care about victims? Now you got the White House Speaker. The White House Speaker is saying shit that Keep It G News been saying for at least... shit, since the Diddy trial. The America don't care about victims, man. They don't. All America care about is the bottom line, which is the money. They don't care about victims. They don't give a fuck about the people. It's just the bottom line, man. And the bottom line is to keep America running. America is a business, man. People born every day, man. There's going to be victims. There's going to be suspects. That's just, you know, in the world terms. Yeah.
about trying to score political points against President Trump, as we have, of course, seen with this government shutdown. And this entire thing, again, it's not a coincidence to the American people at home. There are no coincidences in Washington, D.C., and it is not a coincidence that the Democrats leaked these emails to the fake news this morning ahead of Republicans reopening the government. This is another distraction campaign by the Democrat and the liberal media, and it's why I'm being asked questions about Epstein instead of the government reopening because of Republicans and President Trump. Now they're talking about it all of a sudden because President Trump is in the Oval Office.
So the government has reopened. We're going to go back to that because the House has passed a bill to end the government's longest shutdown, now in its 43rd day. Did Trump sign that bill? You got this motherfucker lying. This look at this lying motherfucker. This nigga said Donald Trump stopped fentanyl. This shit's crazy. What's up, Dave?
Effective immediately, essentially, President Trump has shut off the pipeline that creates fentanyl that kills tens of thousands of Americans. These substances are now banned, and they will no longer be utilized by the Mexican drug trafficking organizations or any other DTOs around the world to make this drug. This historic achievement has saved tens of thousands of lives. This historic achievement would not have been possible without the tremendous team of President Trump, the Attorney General, the Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and Ambassador Perdue in China, whose ground-level engagements were imperative to achieving this result. This is yet another example of how President Trump defends the American people, provides security for the American people, and puts the American people first.
No, yo, he said he stopped the manufacturing of it. Like the last batch of fentanyl is on the streets. It ain't gonna be no more. Who the fuck believes that? Hey, yeah, who the fuck believes that the last? It might be like 2 more batches left. We might got like another 6 months of fentanyl before it dries out worldwide. This is not happening. This nigga be crazy, yo. Like, yo, this is like a soap opera, man. This is not happening, y'all. I promise you it ain't.
This is a historic first in its kind achievement by any president to stop the scourge of fentanyl. Effective immediately, essentially.
That ain't happening, y'all. So let's get back to this Epstein shit. Then Long Crime Network did a video on it. Let's see how they Oh no, he signed the bill. Let's go to reopening the government first.
Trump in the Oval Office about to reopen officially the government. Let's check in.
Well, thank you very much. This is a big day, big night. Very
nigga, talk louder, nigga.
For the past 43 days, Democrats in Congress shut down the government of the United States in an attempt to extort American taxpayers.
God damn. What the fuck, TE? The fuck? He said unalive the users of the drug? I don't know, y'all. I think they died at their own pace. Like, I don't think you want to just start exterminating drug users, man. I don't know if that's going to work. There's going to be some more made. That should have never stopped, yo. Too much money in drugs, man. Nobody benefits if you stop the flow of drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Drugs built America partly. You know, you know how big, you know how big of the role the drug plays into American economics. Nobody wants to stop the flow of drugs, bro. Don't ever believe that.
For hundreds of billions of dollars for illegal aliens and people that came into our country illegally, from gangs, from prisons, from mental institutions. They wanted to pay them $1.5 trillion, which would have really hurt our healthcare businesses and our recipients at levels never seen before. Today, we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was. They tried to extort, the Democrats tried to extort our country. In just a moment, I'll sign a bill exactly like we asked Democrats to send us all along, many days ago. This cost the country $1.5 trillion, this little excursion that they took us on. Republicans never wanted a shutdown and voted 15 times for a clean continuation of funding. There's never been a time when one or the other party ever didn't sign a continuation. It's just a continuation, not a big deal. It's a continuation, and we'll talk later. Yet the extremists in the other party insisted on creating the longest government shutdown in American history, and they did it purely for political reasons. I want to thank Speaker Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, as well as House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Majority Whip Tom Emmer, and numerous other great Republican leaders and congressmen and senators who are here and frankly spent a long time in Washington getting this thing to go away. I also want to thank the broad coalition of Americans that stood with us in this fight to reopen government, including the Teamsters, the American Federation of Government Employees, the Fraternal Order of Police, AMVETS, the National Small Business Association, the American Farm Bureau, the American Trucking Association. These are all incredible patriots. The Airlines for America.
TE is money and lives lost, bro. I keep telling you they don't care about victims, man. Yo, you don't understand that? Nobody cares about victims but us. The people. Yeah, the people are the ones that care about victims. The country, you need victims. Like, yo, people gotta start looking at it for what it is, man. You need victims, man. Victims of poverty, victims of violence, victims of the system. Yo, you need victims, man. That's how some people eat.
Allied Pilots Association, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, and many other unions and non-unions.
They really love each other.
Over the past 7 weeks, the Democrats shutdown has inflicted massive harm.
See, but this is what creates the division, because people get so sucked into Democrat, Republican. Yo, they all working together, y'all. We the only ones beefing for real. They playing golf and going out for lunch and shit afterwards. Yeah, man, it's just like the prosecutor, the defense attorney, and the judge, man. They all are part of the same system. You know, just on the outside, it look like they take opposing views. But in reality, they working toward the same goal: get money.
They caused 20,000 flights to be canceled or delayed. They departed so many times, so late. People were hurt so badly. Nobody's ever seen anything like this one. This was a no-brainer. This was an easy extension. But they didn't want to do it the easy way. They had to do it the hard way. And they look very bad, the Democrats do. They deprived more than 1 million government workers from their paychecks and cut off food stamp benefits for millions and millions more Americans in need. They caused tens of thousands of federal contractors.
This is about power, y'all. The more he mentioned that this is the Democrats' fault, the better it is for his constituents. You know, the better the chances are that they're going to get the votes. You know, the Democrats won the prime elections that just passed, man, by blaming the Republicans for SNAP benefits. It's all about votes, man. That's it, yo. People got to understand that. It's about votes. It's about money. It ain't about the people. The people are pawns, man. I mean, and you can choose to play the game, and you can choose not to. But if you fall victim to politics, you playing the game. They got you right where they want you, in a motherfucking blender.
Small businesses to go unpaid, and the total effect of the damage their antics cause will take weeks and probably months to really calculate accurately, including the serious harm that they did to our economy and to people and to families. So I just want to tell the American people, you should not forget this. When we come up to midterms and other things, don't forget what they've done to our country. I also want to call for a termination to the filibuster so that this can never happen again. If we had the filibuster terminated, this would never happen again. And don't forget, we have another date coming up in the not.
If they wasn't being paid, just like the American workers wasn't being paid, it would never happen again. You see what I'm saying? Like, let's deal with reality. Fuck a filibuster. If they wasn't getting paid, if they was forced to work for free, like the people's lives they're affected by having this disagreement, it would never happen again.
Too distant future, we can never let this happen again, and we should be able to pass great, really great legislation. So I say terminate the filibuster because, by the way, the Democrats will do it immediately if they ever assumed office, which hopefully they won't.
Damn.
Today we had the highest stock market price ever in all of the different markets. We set a record. It's the 48th time in the 9 months that I've been in office that we had this record set. So think of that, 48 times we had a record set, but today is the highest of them all. We're going to break new grounds. Nobody would have thought. I have with us not only the great political leaders, but the great business leaders of our country. They're standing right behind me and right really alongside of me. And if we would have told them a year ago that we'd be having stock prices this high, none of them, in fact, I just asked them that question, none of them would have believed it. And that inures to jobs and, very importantly, to 401ks, which have also set a record today, a record high for the people that have 401ks. And also, I want to thank Walmart because they came up with
What's up, Russell?
Fantastic study. It was the cost of Thanksgiving coming up and the cost of Thanksgiving from a year ago under Sleepy Joe Biden, and we're 25% lower this year than we were a year ago.
That's good, buddy.
And it's a very inclusive report. So I want to thank Walmart. They've done it for many years, but we believe in that, and we believe in that company. I want to also thank the 8 Senate Democrats who finally did the right thing in voting to end this craziness, this madness. But unfortunately, the vast majority of congressional Democrats were
going up now.
Happy for millions of Americans to suffer. They really did suffer too. And the Democrats admitted, they said, well, no, we finally have a point. Even though people have to suffer, we finally have a point, and that didn't work out too well for them. But they really went out and they could appease the fringe benefits of their far-left base, but that didn't work out because now their far-left base is angrier than ever before. We actually elected a mayor of New York City who happens to be a communist. When was that going to happen? Remember I said all the time during my campaign, we will never be a socialist country, and that's right. We turned out to have a communist in New York City, and if you look at his views, those are the views of a communist, not a socialist. So this is no way to run a country. I hope we can all agree that the government should never be shut down again. End the filibuster, terminate the filibuster. It'll never happen again. So with my signature, the federal government will now resume normal operations, and my administration and our partners in Congress will continue our work to lower the cost of living, restore public safety, grow our economy, and make America affordable again for all Americans. Again, costs are way down. Energy is way down. Gasoline is at $2.50 a gallon. versus $4.70 for the Democrats. And we think we're going to hit pretty close to $2 a gallon. That's like a really massive tax cut. It's the equivalent of that. And speaking of tax cuts, our great, big, beautiful bill is giving everybody in our economy, middle income workers, low income, everybody, the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. And it's no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and very importantly, no tax on overtime. You work overtime, there's no tax. That's among the things that add up to the biggest tax cut in history. One other thing, you hear about rich people with deductions. Well, when you buy your car and you borrow money, you're allowed to now deduct the interest on that loan. So you can take that interest deduction and what you can take is that interest payment and deduct it for income tax purposes. That's a tremendous tax cut right there. But it all includes fixing the healthcare system the Democrats broke with the disaster known as Obamacare. Obamacare was a disaster from day one. It's done nothing but go up. And if you remember President Barack Hussein Obama, when he came up with this crazy idea, he said everything's going to be great. Rates are going to go down. Payments are going to go down. Everything's going to go down. It went the exact opposite, with the biggest increase of healthcare in any country. It's a disaster. And I'm calling today for insurance companies not to be paid, but for the money, this massive amount of money, to be paid directly to the people of our country so that they can buy their own health care, which will be far better and far less expensive than the disaster known as Obamacare. And I've had, I think, great support. I've even had Democrat support. So we want the money that would be going to the insurance company, which is hundreds of billions of dollars. Their stock prices have gone up by 1,000% in many cases, 1,000% over a short period of time, because our country stupidly pays them so much money with this Obamacare scandal. So I want the money to go directly to you, the people. And you go out and you'll buy your own health insurance and you'll negotiate different plans and you'll get much better insurance, and you will be an entrepreneur for yourself. So I'm always willing to work with anyone, including the other party. We'll work on something having to do with healthcare. We can do a lot better. We can do great. So much money is involved, and we're willing to pay so much.
Fubo TV, Fubo TV, I think gonna be a good start.
Money to the people.
It's outpacing the market right now.
Money to the people. They're going to go out and buy their own health care, and we're going to forget this Obamacare madness. So with all of that, I just want to tell you the country has never...
It's like a diss track. He said what kind of speech is it? It's like a diss song, man. That's what it fucking sound like. It's like a diss track.
Been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what that was a diss track to the Democrats. Hold up. There's some more dissing going on too. We gotta get back to the Epstien files after this.
To this country, you should all be ashamed of yourselves for inflicting this pain on the American people, taking away food stamps from 42 million Americans, defunding WIC, not paying our troops, our federal employees, our air traffic controllers. It's a disgrace, and you should all hang your heads in shame. Vote yes to pass the bill and reopen the government. It is an embarrassment to this country. You should all be ashamed of yourselves for inflicting this pain.
I think everybody, they all need to be ashamed of themselves. This ain't no one-sided issue, man. They both played a role in that shit. All right, the Epstein files. Long Crime Network. We ain't watched them in a minute. They compromised as a motherfucker. See what they saying about this Epstein shit. And these motherfuckers all weirdos, man. They're all weirdos.
A lot to talk about. First, new information from a purported whistleblower suggests that Ghislaine Maxwell, who was convicted of helping Jeffrey Epstein traffic underage girls, may be trying to cut her 20-year prison sentence short. A source also
alleges not one-sided, Jeff. Like I said, I don't know if you must just came here. Yo, do y'all know why American workers wasn't getting paid? Congress was still getting paid, man. If they wasn't getting paid and they had to suffer the same consequences that the American people had to suffer due to the government being shut down, the government would never be shut down. If they had to work for free for 43 days, like the government workers, the government would never be shut down, man. It's both their fault, man.
Receiving VIP-style treatment behind bars, from customized meals to private visits, even a service puppy. And now the story has just shifted.
There ain't no Diddy files, man. What the fuck? What you talking about? They don't got them Diddy files, man. That was a lie, man.
Even further, a House committee has just released never-before-seen emails from Epstein's estate that, for the first time, directly mention President Trump, shedding new light on the world Maxwell was operating in and the powerful figures that may be connected to Epstein. We're going to break it all down for you right now with a former federal prosecutor and criminal defense attorney. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Got kids that work out, man.
By the way, one of the reasons that we've been able to stay on top of this Maxwell story, the Jeffrey Epstein story, is because we get incredible support from our sponsors like Wildgrain. A Wildgrain sentence commuted. Could she be released from prison? Customized meals, protesting that Ghislaine Maxwell. And now she might be trying to walk her way out of a 20-year prison sentence. And the real question is, could it work? Will she be a free woman? The House Judiciary Committee claims that a whistleblower has now provided information and documents suggesting that Ghislaine Maxwell is preparing a commutation request, a formal plea for President Donald Trump to cut her sentence short. And according to the committee, these same sources indicate she could be receiving extraordinary help from inside the prison itself, even from the warden. We're talking about alleged customized meals, private visits, a service puppy. Apparently, according to this whistleblower, one prison...
They give women jails, they're allowed to have pets. So that's not a special privilege. Maybe in the feds, I don't know. But in the state, women got cats, they got dogs, they got all that shit in them state prisons. I did a detail over there when I was working for MCE, when I was at JPRU. And that's one thing. I said, damn, they got fucking animals over this bitch. Like, they really walk in this damn jails with dogs and shit.
An official reportedly remarked he was, quote, sick of having to be Maxwell's... You get the idea. So, what is going on here? Would the Trump administration even consider this? And after everything we know about Epstein, the victims, the cover-ups, could Ghislaine Maxwell actually have her sentence commuted? Could she be released from prison?
Well, Ghislaine Maxwell got railroaded, y'all. And I know people don't want to hear that. Yo, but she got railroaded. Jeffrey Epstein, first deal that he signed when he got arrested the first time, he signed a deal with the federal government stating that none of his co-conspirators will ever be charged with any of his crimes. So she was one of the co-conspirators. But they never specified, which co-conspirators. But she was definitely one of his co-conspirators. So by her being charged when the federal government made a promise, this was a deal that was signed, it was wrong to begin with. And I know people don't want to hear that because of the things that they supposed to have done. But that's really what happened. You feel me? It's in paperwork. Now, the federal government was able to charge her because they said the deal was vague. They think it might have been illegal, but the federal government signed this deal. And they said this deal was only binded in, I think it was Florida, and it didn't hold no jurisdiction anywhere else. But I thought the federal jurisdiction was the jurisdiction for the whole phase. You know, but it just goes to show you that these people can make up laws, make up rules. They basically do what they want. They don't follow no guidelines. They can sign a deal, agree to something, then backtrack. It's just a dirty game, man. That's why it's best not to play it.
Whistleblower. These are the questions. These are the questions that we have. And we're going to try to dig into a lot of this on this episode of Sidebar. And we got an expert, by the way, who's going to join us in a moment to help unpack this. But first, before we even get to Ghislaine Maxwell herself, there is new information that could change everything, that could change the backdrop of all of this. Earlier this morning, the House Oversight Committee released a series of never-before-seen emails appearing to be from Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's own correspondence, messages that for the first time directly reference President Trump in connection with Epstein, and more specifically, his circle after his 2008 plea deal. Now, this is straight from the committee's own press release that was sent out earlier today. In one of those emails, dated 2011, Epstein appears to tell Ghislaine Maxwell, quote, "I want you to realize that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned." And Maxwell appears to answer, "I have been thinking about that." In another, dated 2019, Epstein appears to be writing to author Michael Wolff saying, quote, "Victim Mar-a-Lago." And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that's redacted. And it goes on to say, quote, "Trump said he asked me to resign, never a member ever. Of course he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop." And a third, this one appears to be from 2015, appears to show Epstein and Wolff discussing whether they could, quote, "craft an answer for Trump ahead of a CNN interview." Wolff responds, "If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the House, that gives you a valuable PR and political currency. Of course, it is possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime." Now, of course, those emails don't necessarily involve Ghislaine Maxwell directly. I mean, there seems to be some response. But they set the stage for the world that she's operating in right now, the powerful figures that may be connected to Epstein that surround her story, not necessarily saying they're part of anything that she was convicted of. But this is interesting. And with that in mind, I want to refocus on Maxwell herself and what is happening behind bars. Because Maxwell, this British socialite, this longtime companion, this co-conspirator of Jeffrey Epstein, was convicted back in 2021 on multiple federal charges, including sex trafficking minors for Epstein's purported operation. And she was sentenced to 20 years in prison. A jury found that over the course of years, she helped Epstein recruit and groom teenage girls, some as young as 14, for sexual abuse. Her conviction was upheld. It was upheld all the way through appeal. In fact, just last month, the Supreme Court refused to even hear her case. Now, you would think that that would be the end of her story, right? Maxwell behind bars, serving her time, except it isn't. It doesn't appear that that is what is going on, because what is now coming out from a supposed whistleblower is throwing yet another twist into this case. Now, you will remember that back in July, the Justice Department's Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, sat down with Maxwell for what turned out to be a 2-day interview. And Blanche, by the way, also happens to be Donald Trump's former personal defense attorney. In that interview, Maxwell appeared to praise Donald Trump at certain points. She said he, quote, was always very cordial and, quote, very kind to me, and that she admired his, quote, extraordinary achievement in becoming president, and most notably, she denied ever seeing Trump act inappropriately in any setting connected to Jeffrey Epstein. She also claimed that she'd never seen Epstein, or any man for that matter, do anything inappropriate with women of any age, statements that the committee says are not true. 1 week later, after that interview, or just about, Maxwell was quietly transferred out of a Florida low-security prison into what's been described as a, quote, plum minimum security federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas. That transfer has raised a lot of eyebrows. Why? Because under the Bureau of Prisons policy, sex offenders aren't supposed to be housed in these minimum security camps, right? Maxwell has been, and that came very, very fast. Why? Back in August, the House Judiciary Committee, led by Representative Jamie Raskin, wrote to the Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons demanding answers about why and how that move was approved. You fast forward to now, those questions have exploded into something much bigger. This week, the committee says that it received whistleblower evidence and internal documents about Maxwell's treatment inside of that Texas prison and about something even more shocking, her apparent push for a commutation of her 20-year sentence from President Donald Trump himself. In other words, could she be released from federal prison? Now, among the materials that the committee says it has are emails purportedly written by Maxwell, including one to her attorney, with the subject line, commutation application. In that email that was reported on by Politico, she admits she's, quote, struggling to keep it all together because, quote, there are so many attachments. Now, we ourselves haven't seen those emails, though these are documents that the House Judiciary Committee says it physically has. But all of that, the prison treatment, the transfer, this new commutation
seen this story a couple
appears
days
to
ago.
be part of what Raskin is calling essentially a quid pro quo arrangement between Maxwell and the Trump administration. Let's talk about it. So to help me break all this down, and there is a lot to break down, I want to welcome back on special guest.
How about you get your bitch ass over, get your bitch ass out of here? How about you do that, Mark? Andrew, whatever the fuck your name is. Are you even American? It's an American channel, man. Fuck out of here, bitch boy.
So we got former federal prosecutor, criminal defense attorney, Gene Rossi, who I always love seeing. Gene, thank you so much for coming on. I got to start with what dropped this morning from the House Oversight Committee. It was literally right before we started this. So this is the first time that I think Congress has ever released Epstein's own apparent correspondence that directly or seemingly directly mentions President Donald Trump. So you have one message.
Do you think you ever catch me watching any fucking Canadian channel, bitch? I don't watch Top 5. I don't listen to Drake. Take your bitch ass back over there to Canada, man. I'm sure it's some Canadian YouTubers that would love to have you over there, man. So get your bitch ass over there, man, with your people, man. If I get on your ass.
From 2011 that has Epstein seemingly writing to Ghislaine Maxwell that, quote, the dog that hasn't barked is Trump, saying a victim spent hours at his house with him. You have another from 2019 that says flat out, quote, Trump knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. So, Gene, okay, when we're talking about is Ghislaine Maxwell...
Yeah, but that goes, see, that message goes into what Trump said. That message goes into what Trump said, that he stopped fucking with Epstein because Epstein was stealing the girls from Mar-a-Lago. That's basically what that message says. Trump knew about the girls, so he told Ghislaine to stop. That's why Trump said he stopped fucking with Epstein. Now, was he indulging? You fucking around was. I think a lot of them was. I think Bill Clinton was. Donald Trump, I think he could have been too. I think all them guys was indulging, man. I think most of the people in politics was indulging in that nasty, creepy shit.
Special treatment. Is she asking for her sentence to be commuted?
I know exactly what Malcolm X said about voting Democrat.
You read that, what do you take away from it? Because you also have to wonder, are Epstein and Maxwell reliable narrators?
Well, what those emails that you're talking about show to me is this. When Ghislaine Maxwell met with the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, Todd Blanche, the second in command, those emails suggest to me that she lied to him and that there was information that called into question the character of Donald Trump in 2011 or 2009. And that would trouble me greatly if those emails are as you say they are, because that goes to her credibility and it makes Todd Blanche look like a fool.
Do those emails carry any legal weight, either for the president? Could they open up investigative threads, new subpoenas? Because it is new. It is new information.
Well, because of the statute of limitations, you may have a problem there, but absolutely, those emails could help investigative leads. They could help approaching her to find out what the real story is. If she meets with FBI
why
agents,
the fuck is they sit back acting like we don't know the real story, I think we know the story, man. I don't think we need to see any evidence. I think we know the story. I think we know that most of them powerful people was on that fucking island. I think we know the story about the flight logs. If you was on them flight logs, you was on that island. Yeah, because there's no way you can convince me, right, that you can go to that island and from what we know was saturated with underage girls. Now we talking about the island, y'all. We ain't talking about Melrose or Baltimore Street or Lenox Ave. You feel me? We talking about the island, secluded. You gotta take a boat to get there. So if you go to this island and you seeing underage girls just roaming the fucking island, something is up. Common sense. If you are an adult, you gotta know something is up. So if you've been on that island, you complicit. I mean, whoever was over that motherfucker.
Prosecutors in the future, and she's confronted with those emails. She has a fork in the road. She can continue to lie, allegedly, or she can tell the truth. And I think the reason she was transferred to this cushy prison in Texas is stating the obvious. She gave them what they wanted. She gave the Deputy Attorney General Blanche what he wanted, what Trump wanted, and that is he was a choir boy, he was an Eagle Scout, and he never acted more than honorably. Those emails hurt the narrative that they're trying to portray, that Mr. Trump is above the fray, and he didn't know about it, he wasn't involved, he wouldn't have approved it. Those emails, as you read them to me, I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Pretty darn devastating.
Well, here's the other thing I was wondering. When Epstein allegedly writes about Trump having, quote, spent hours with an apparent victim, what would investigators do to corroborate that, to maybe disprove that? Are we talking phone logs, flight manifests, witness interviews? How do we know this isn't just a statement that he made, maybe to insulate himself in a way?
Well, for the FBI investigators and also congressional investigators, you would try to find a victim that they're talking about. And the first person I would go to find that name is Ghislaine Maxwell, because the name is probably something she's remembered or she's made a log of or has some recollection. That's point number one. Point number two, you can't go to the President of the United States. You would have a motion to quash. You have all kinds of separation of powers issue. But you can go to the people who may know the victim, who may have received information from the victim at the time it was occurring to corroborate her testimony. But the difficulty here...
Hey, yo, why are they acting like this is such like a hard thing to... these victims still alive, man. The fuck is she... Like, if he supposed to did this to thousands of young women, they're still alive, yo. So why are we acting like this is a hard thing to prove? If this is true, and it really happened, thousands of underage girls, bring them in. We don't know these girls. They haven't came clean. They haven't sued. They haven't pursued any legal, ramifications. They, would they all died? Was they killing people on Epstein Island too? Was there murders going on Epstein Island? Are we dealing with thousands of missing girls? Like, yo, it shouldn't be that hard to prove, y'all. Like, we don't need documents. There's living witnesses. It was just a situation where the girls said that they was going to expose everything, and we ain't heard nothing since. Y'all remember that? It was just girls saying that we are victims of Jeffrey Epstein and others, and since they don't want to release the documents, we're going to expose everything. That shit was like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. What the fuck happened to them? Like, they got paid off? Before they got killed too? Like, man, come on, man. Like, that's why, don't fall victim to this shit, man. I'm telling you, don't get your emotions involved in this shit. It ain't what you think.
Jesse, is it's so many years back. We're talking 2011. It may be difficult to get good recollection about what happened. But the victim, if you find that victim or can identify that victim and she is willing to talk, that would be very explosive for any leads.
And then there's this third email where Jeffrey Epstein and Michael Wolff are allegedly strategizing about how to, quote, craft an answer for Donald Trump ahead of a CNN interview, where Wolff even appears to say if Trump lies about visiting Epstein's homes or planes, Epstein gains, quote, valuable PR and political currency. What does that correspondence suggest?
Yeah, we not clear? Come on, y'all. Y'all know. Y'all know if we don't get clear, say something, y'all. Come on, y'all. Don't let us not get clear and don't say nothing, man. Are we clear now? Are we clear? Snake House album, JB, somebody, you know, ball out. All right, bet.
Yes. To you.
All right, already, Davon.
It's such a, these Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, beginning in the 90s, were two rising billionaires. And rising billionaires like to stay together. They like to hang together. You got videos of them at a party, yucking it up, telling jokes. They are good friends from the 90s. And you fast forward to 2011, they didn't just stop the relationship, as Mr. Trump suggested. They continued it. And whether there's an attraction to each other's money or they think that each other can help the other get more power, they had a symbiotic relationship. They were both billionaires. That alone suggests to me that Donald Trump is more involved, suggests, has to be proven, was more involved in the affairs of Jeffrey Epstein than President Trump wants to let on. And those emails support that argument.
Before we get into Maxwell, because I want to focus on her, bottom line, what do you think the implications of these emails are for the DOJ? Does this push them to release the broader Epstein files? Do you expect this maybe to just stay in the political lane, not the investigative lane, not a prosecutorial lane? What is going to be the effect of this?
Yo,
all right,
nobody else is going to jail. I mean, they're trying to move past this shit, man. They try to make this shit a thing of the past. There is not going to be another person that go to jail behind the Epstein situation, whether Democrat or Republican. It's not happening.
I used to work on the 4th floor of Main Justice at 9th and Pennsylvania Avenue in D.C. And I can tell you this. These emails, now that they're out, are causing a lot of agita amongst the Attorney General and especially Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General. Those emails make his meeting with her seem very questionable. In fact, they kind of shed light on his judgment and the judgment of the Attorney General when he met with them. The second thing is DOJ going to do anything, follow up on these leads? Of course not. They're too busy on retribution against Comey, against Letitia James, Adam Schiff, and God knows how many other political opponents. So they're not going to do anything with this. The only way we're going to get some action is if the chambers of the Congress change hands, either the House or the Senate. And at that point, beginning in January of 2027,
just think about this, right? If they was to release them names, you know, like real names and detailed description on what these people was doing, that shit would be a national security risk. That's how America views that type of information. It's a threat to national security, man. You know, if we really was to explain to y'all and show y'all that the people that you've been voting for and people that you supporting was really pedophiles, was really evil, demonic, sick individuals, yo, that is a threat to national security. They're never going to release that information. No matter how bad people want it, no matter how much they tell you, it's a Freedom of Information Act and we believe in transparency. Yeah, they do believe in transparency, but only when it's beneficial to them, not us. You feel me? If it's beneficial to them, they believe in transparency. But if it's beneficial to us, man, you ain't saying a goddamn thing, man. Like, people gotta really understand what this country is and how it works, yo. Like, stop believing the lies, man. Believe what you see. These people are trying to convince you that what you see isn't real. But meanwhile, they fucking hiding, they showing the truth. And the truth is, they don't give a fuck about the people. They show you this shit daily, all the time. It's just for some reason people refuse to believe it.
See congressional hearings where these witnesses, these emails, and all the things in that file are probably going to be disclosed, and the person leading that
right,
charge
exactly,
will be
JB.
former American University law professor Jamie Raskin. That's where I went to law school. He's a pit bull, and he's going to hold hearings, and you're going to get to the bottom of this because I can say this. The reason the DOJ, the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, and all those folks at Main Justice, and the reason the White House, including President Trump, are very leery of releasing the entire file is simple. Donald Trump's name's in the file, and it's probably not in a very flattering light.
Yeah, but his name's not the only one. Yo, like, see, this is the thing, yo. This is the political game they playing. Yo, Joe Biden could release the files too. You mean, you got locked up in 2019. Yo, Joe Biden was president for 4 years. He could release them as well. They don't want to release the files, man. Like, this is a political game. No matter which side, the other side is going to have something to say. This is a political game, yo. Just like the Trump administration could release it, the Biden administration could also release it. Nobody wants to release it. Nobody wants y'all to know that some of these people that you've been voting for, listening to, supporting, donating to, being advocates of, it's fucking pedophiles, man. They never gonna show you that information, man. Ever. It's never gonna happen. Maybe after we all dead. That's typically what they do, like releasing the JFK files or the Martin Luther King files. Most of the people that really cared about that shit, they ain't alive no more to even, it's gonna be something. They might release that shit. What's this, 2025? They might release that shit in 2065. You feel me? Now, so the people that do get the information, they don't know none of these people, don't know none of their significance or relevance. It's not gonna matter, yo. This is how this country works. It's not nothing new.
Emails support that argument.
I want to go back to
our grandkids might see it.
First of all, let's talk about requests to commute a sentence. Can you walk us through what the process is for a commutation application request? I guess the defendant or their legal counsel submits it, who reviews it, what role does the president play? And by the way, how is that different than a pardon?
That's a great question. Let me tell you what it was like before President Trump took office. There used to be a pardon attorney in the second term.
Yo, we don't have hey George, we don't have a justice system, yo. We have a barter system. Every charge except for murder has a dollar amount. You know what I mean? Look it up. Every charge except for murder. And maybe some other ones, but I don't know. I ain't never been charged with them. But I know for a fact that murder don't have a dollar amount. Most of these cases, it's either sentenced to life or 30 years or $250,000 fine. You literally can buy your way out of charges. They tell you that. It's for the people that have been locked up in court cases, they'll tell you it's a dollar amount on every fucking charge. 10 years, $15,000 fine. If you pay that $15,000 fine, you ain't never got to see a day in jail on that 10 years, man.
There used to be in the Department of Justice a pardon attorney. Okay, I think her name was Liz Boyer. She got fired basically, and the pardon attorney would accept applications either online or through the mail of either a pardon or a commutation. And that pardon attorney would review the application and make recommendations to not only the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, but then to the White House. And it used to go through a very formal process. You didn't need to pay people to get it. You didn't have to have the highest contacts. Today, that pardon attorney has been eliminated. Now let's talk about the difference between a pardon and a commutation. A pardon is this: I am convicted and I'm sent to jail for 20 years. Or I have been charged and I'm awaiting trial, or I'm being investigated and possibly investigated, and there could be criminal hurdles in the horizon. A pardon says you are now erased of all those legal burdens, whether you're a target, whether you're waiting trial, or you've been convicted, so that your conviction or potential conviction will go away. Hunter Biden got pardoned. Many people got pardoned. So when you apply for jobs, it's not on your record. You're absolved. The difference between a pardon and a commutation is this: I'm sentenced to 20 years. I've served 8. I have 12 more to go. A commutation says, Mr. Rossi, you only have to serve 8. You can pack up your bags and leave the prison. Your sentence has been commuted. Time served. The other 12 of those 20 years, forget about it. That's a commutation.
By the way, I wanted to ask you this. You know, the bombshell that she was communicating with her attorney about this commutation request, isn't that privileged? I mean, shouldn't that not even be part of the conversation? Shouldn't that not even be considered right now by the committee, or am I wrong about that?
Well, if the email was absconded or stolen, if you will, and it was between her attorney and Ghislaine Maxwell, then she has a cause of action against the person who absconded with that, whether it's a public official, a reporter, or somebody else. However, it could have been an email that was inadvertently given to a third party, which takes it out of privilege if it's released to a third party. I don't know the circumstances of how they got that email.
Okay, that's fair. Let me ask you about this, talking about how the process works. So according to the committee, they're alleging that, and this is, based on whistleblower information, that the warden at the Bryan Federal Prison is directly helping Maxwell copy, print, send documents related to that application. From your perspective, if that's true, how unusual is that?
Oh my goodness. Where should I begin? When a person is in a federal prison or a state prison, it is unheard of. It is unheard of, unprecedented, historic for the warden to be assisting any individual, let alone an individual of Ghislaine Maxwell's ilk. It is absolutely appalling that the warden in that prison in Texas, which is the most cushy prison for women you can possibly find, that the warden is helping her with her application is just appalling. It's disgraceful.
Now, connected to all that, you have ranking member Jamie Raskin, who sent a letter to President Trump on November 9th. And in it, he lays out the committee's concerns and demands answers. In fact, here's a passage that I want to read from it. Quote, "The House Committee on the Judiciary has now received whistleblower information indicating this cover-up goes even further into DOJ and BOP than was known before. Documents and information received over the last several days by this committee indicate that under Dr. Tanisha Hall, the warden of Federal Prison Camp, FPC Bryan, the federal law enforcement staff working at the camp have been waiting on Miss Maxwell hand and foot. This information also indicates that Ghislaine Maxwell is working on filing a commutation application with your administration, demonstrating either that Miss Maxwell is herself requesting you release her from her 20-year prison sentence for her role as a co-conspirator in Jeffrey Epstein's international child sex trafficking ring, or that this child sex predator now holds such tremendous sway in the second Trump administration that you and your DOJ will follow her clemency recommendations. Meanwhile, any inmate or staff who questions or blows the whistle on the institution's grotesque pampering of a serial sexual abuser and human trafficker at taxpayer expense is being punished and retaliated against by Warden Hall. Within FPC Bryan, the deference and servility to Miss Maxwell have reached such preposterous levels that one of the top officials at the facility has complained that he is, quote, sick of having to be Maxwell's bleep. In light of these shocking revelations, I write to demand that you make your former personal attorney and now Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche available for
I know. I've been shadow banned for a while, bro. I've been shadow banned for like a month and a half. It seemed like they today, this the first live we did when they let us out the closet. But yeah, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna say what need to be said all the time, yo. I'll be shadow banned again in another 3 weeks. You feel me? I'm gonna be shadow banned on this bitch. Because yo, what they try to control you by doing that. They try to control you by fucking with your numbers. Is a way to, get you in compliance. Yo, but I can't do that. I'ma always say what need to be said. Like, I don't give a fuck if you play with the views, play with my numbers, demonetize me, do whatever the fuck you gonna do. As long as I got a voice, as long as I can go live, upload videos, it don't matter if I'm getting paid or not. I'm gonna be on this bitch telling people what they need to know, because it seems like it ain't too many people willing to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
a public hearing
Now, it'd be
immediately with
easier
our
if he
committee
was
to
more, if he
answer
was
for this
more funded
corrupt
by the
misuse of
people.
law enforcement resources
No, we
and
was funded by
potential
the people. I
exchange
go
of
real
favors
hard on this
for
bitch.
false testimony, exonerating you
talking
and
about
other
everything on this
Epstein
motherfucker.
accomplices. What information is Miss Maxwell agreeing to suppress in order to receive such outlandishly favorable treatment as a federal prisoner and convicted sex offender? Now, look, the question is, could all of this have started with that interview that I mentioned before? Because as I mentioned earlier, in July, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who again was formerly Donald Trump's personal attorney, sat down with Ghislaine Maxwell for what would become a 2-day interview inside the Florida facility where she was being held during the
They've
time.
been taking subscribers
During
from me
that
and everything,
conversation, she repeated a series of claims that prosecutors had already, by the way, disproved at trial, and in some cases, that contradicted her own sworn testimony, right? Let's play part of that exchange.
Well, what did you observe as far as President Trump and his relationship with you or Mr. Epstein?
Well, I just want to say for my relationship with President Trump, relationship's a big word, but I just want to say that I met him, well, I believe I may have, because of my father in the 90s.
Yep. Okay.
So my father liked him very much, and he really liked his wife as well, because they were both Czechoslovakian. And as far as I'm concerned, President Trump was always very cordial and very kind to me. And I just want to say that I admire his extraordinary achievement in becoming the president now, and I like him, and I've always liked him. So that is the sum and substance of my entire relationship with him.
What about Mr. Epstein's relationship with him?
I don't know how they met, and I don't know how they became friends. I certainly saw them together, and I remember the few times I observed them together that they were friendly. I mean,
was that in social settings or was that in private settings?
I believe I only ever saw them in social settings. I don't recall any private settings.
Did you ever observe President Trump receive a massage?
Never. I think they were friendly, like people are in social settings. I don't think they were.
Hit the like button, y'all. Let's get 40 likes.
I
man.
certainly never witnessed the president in any of. I don't recall ever seeing him in his house, for instance. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any inappropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody. In the times that I was with him, he was a gentleman in all respects.
Gene, okay, going back to this interview by Todd Blanche, how much, you mentioned it before, how much is that interview affecting this analysis of a commutation request, and what are the circumstances about whether or not the president would grant or be receptive to commuting her sentence? Because she is a convicted sex trafficker, and you wonder how you might be able to justify that from a political and legal point of view. We know that the president doesn't necessarily have to provide his reasons for why he would, pardon someone or commute a sentence, but talk to me about that interview that was conducted by Todd Blanche of Ghislaine Maxwell and how much that's affecting the conversation, because I will also tell you, it seems that the House committee is saying that the answers in that interview are essentially false testimony, yet she faced, no follow-up charges, no sanctions. We talked about the effect of these emails. Talk to me about the effect of this interview on the commutation.
Well, let me just go to the beginning. When Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General, met with Ghislaine Maxwell, a convicted sex trafficker, and she had, I think, perjury charges that were dismissed because it was severed. But for him to meet with her while she's serving a 20-year sentence or more and just talk to her, that was an embarrassment. He lowered the integrity of that office by even meeting with her over 1 or 2 days. 2, that he took, without any challenge, her statements that President Trump was a perfect gentleman, didn't do anything wrong. And I don't think he used any exhibits where there wasn't any vigorous cross-examination. He just took her word and moved on. And the third punchline I want to make is this. It is clear to me that she gave Todd Blanche and the White House indirectly exactly what they wanted. And within a New York minute, after that very favorable interview in which she allegedly lied to Todd Blanche, according to these emails, she was moved to another prison, in the one she's in now, where she's treated basically like a queen and treated like no other prisoner, even one who's not convicted of sex trafficking. No other prisoner on the planet gets treated like Ghislaine Maxwell is right now. And all you can say is this: quid pro quo. She scratched their back, then they scratched her back and basically silenced her. But the problem is this: if the Congress changes hands, she will be called as a witness before Congress. And the first thing I would tell her if I were her attorney is, you're now before Congress. You're subject to the pains and penalty of perjury. Don't make matters worse. But if she tells the truth before the House committee or the Senate, what does that say about her interview with Todd Blanche and an FBI agent? Because that was subject to a false statement charge if she lied. She's in a box. But here's why she's in a box. She's a convicted serial predator. And those people lie, lie, lie.
I wanted to ask you about this as well. In that November 9th letter, Raskin called on Deputy Attorney General Blanche to appear before Congress by November 17th, essentially for a hearing to explain a lot of this, to explain the interview, what the timeline of events was, about the interview, the transfer. Do you think he's going to appear? What is the committee hoping to get from that? Are there ways the administration can fight it? Talk to me about that.
They will fight it tooth and nail. He will not appear. They will invoke every privilege under the sun. They'll invoke the unitary power of the president, executive privilege, deliberative process privilege, attorney-client privilege. He will not testify. His body will not show up. I would be shocked if he ever takes the oath before any committee.
Now, I just want to go to something else, because this is about supposed accommodations that Maxwell has been receiving in jail. And you go back to August, the House Judiciary Committee in Raskin sent a blistering letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Bureau of Prisons Director William Marshall. And they wanted to know one thing.
He said put Trump on the stand?
And how Ghislaine Maxwell was quietly moved from a medium security federal prison in Florida to what the committee called a far preferable and relatively luxurious minimum security prison camp in Bryan, Texas. It's a facility normally off limits to sex offenders. And part of that letter reads, quote, 2 weeks ago, you inexplicably transferred Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator, from a federal correctional institution to a far preferable and relatively luxurious minimum security prison camp in Texas just 3 years into her 20-year sentence for sexually exploiting and abusing minor girls as young as 14. The transfer follows
hit that like button, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's get to 50 likes.
Of Miss Maxwell arranged after a firestorm of media attention about the Department of Justice's refusal to release the full Epstein files as originally demanded by President Donald Trump. These actions raise substantial concerns that the administration may now be attempting to tamper with a crucial witness, conceal President Trump's relationship with convicted sex offenders, and coax Miss Maxwell into providing false or misleading testimony in order to protect the president. And further down it says, less than a week after Mr. Blanche's meeting with Miss Maxwell, BOP transferred her from a federal correctional institution in Tallahassee, Florida, to an all-woman minimum security prison camp in Bryan, Texas, which is listed as one of the, quote, best jails in America to serve time. And by the way, according to what the committee says is a whistleblower, Maxwell is getting treatment unlike anyone else in her facility. Her meals are customized and hand-delivered by staff. Her visitors are supposedly hosted in private catering areas with snacks and refreshments. Her communications are reportedly routed straight through the warden herself, who allegedly edits and scans her correspondence. Even when the phone lines went down for everybody else, Maxwell allegedly directed staff on who to call so she could still get through. She's also said to have access to a service puppy, which is normally off limits, and is escorted after hours to exercise in staff-only areas. So you put all that, and we've talked about it. But now you have a separate development, okay? So the Supreme Court recently declined to hear Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal. She had been challenging a 2007 non-prosecution agreement involving Jeffrey Epstein, the one that she argued should have protected her from some of the charges in New York. That agreement reportedly shielded Epstein and, quote, potential co-conspirators in Florida, but Maxwell's argument is that agreement applies to and binds all U.S. attorneys in every state in the country, broadly including the Southern District of New York, and the argument should be protected from prosecution. The Second Circuit disagreed, and the Supreme Court didn't even hear the case. They refused to take up the case, seemingly without explanation. The fact that the Supreme Court rejected her appeal, okay, how does that affect everything that's going on right now?
Well, if she hadn't gotten a ruling from the Supreme Court, then her commutation application would not be fruitful, because when you're applying for a pardon or commutation and you're still on appeal, you could win your appeal. So you don't even have to have a commutation or a pardon. You get a new trial. So now that it's been resolved and she can't go any further beyond the Supreme Court, that helps her on a pardon or commutation application. And her attorney or attorneys are very smart. They're not seeking a pardon. That would be a bridge too far for President Trump to give her a complete pardon. But a commutation, I think, there's a 50-50 chance she's going to get it.
And if she gets it, she's free to live her life out the way that she wants?
If she gets a commutation, she's told, pack up your bags, and they escort her out of the prison, and she can get in a car, bus, plane, or train, and she's a free person.
Unbelievable. Gene Rossi, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Like you give a fuck.
Thank you. That's all we have.
I said unbelievable. Bitch ass don't care, nigga. What you talking about? Hey, I be tripping out these people, man. Unbelievable. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, yo, Yeah, I seen that story a couple days ago. She is getting out. Yo, but she got railroaded though, y'all. Told y'all what they did to her. She got railroaded. Epstein signed the deal, y'all, that said none of this co-conspirators is supposed to be touched. She wasn't never supposed to get arrested. But I want to go back to that Y.W. Melly. The dude that was telling and shit. That shit was fucking hilarious. I ain't never seen nobody this excited to be interrogated a day in my fucking life. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you new.
I'm just their homeboy, so they'll
This is probably the happiest interrogation suspect I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like you would have thought at the time there was no place on earth he would rather have been than in the motherfucking interrogation room. Like, yo, this is crazy, yo. Look at this dude, man. Yeah, yo, you don't do that much time in Illinois. Yeah, but I don't depending on how old this is, they already had this information. They didn't bring him in there to testify for a reason. Like a dude like him, I get fucking torn to pieces on the stand. That's probably why they stayed away from him. But I don't know what he must got Italian beef and Pepsi. He might have got paid. Ain't no telling what the fuck yo got, cause this guy was happy to be here. Like, just look at his demeanor the whole interview. Like, he is happy to be here, y'all. Like, for real, they need to just take the cuffs off of him. Take the cuffs off of him. Give him a blanket, a pillow if need be. You know, make sure he got, give him a little meal. You know, preferably Ruth Chris. You know, make him feel like, he ain't having or something, man. Because this guy was elated. He was fucking elated. This shit is crazy, yo. Cigarettes, whatever his drug of choice. They could have gave him some perks, crack pipe. You know, if he liked crack, if he enjoyed crack, it could have gave him a little bit of that. You know, they got all that shit in the evidence room. Get this man right. Just look at his excitement. Like, this shit's hilarious, yo.
Like, you know how when you get rich, you go pick your home up, show them the lifestyle.
He had to do this before.
Just come see what y'all, they hang out, you feel me, they go back home. Then when they finally do get rich, get the house, I'll be able to stay down there. So boom.
This my funny as shit.
When we went to the house, we did not go in the house for 30 minutes.
Listen to this guy, yo.
How come?
Oh, the keys.
He's very transparent.
So you waiting? We waiting to make sure them boys come. They ain't coming. So boom, now we in them. Did you guys try?
I thought it was something with no one had keys to get in or something.
Call them? No, we ain't even try to call them, bro. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all. It's like someone was controlling us. Like, but I'm the only one to see it though.
See, that's why look. He borderline on crazy. That's why they ain't bring his ass in that bitch to testify. He said it was like somebody was controlling him. What the fuck? Fuck you was a puppet. You was on the string or something. But I just never seen nobody this happy to be interrogated. In cuffs. Like, I can see, all right, look, right. All right, if he was being interrogated, he wasn't a suspect. They ain't arrested him. They never created the illusion that he was going to go to jail. If you were in that bitch excited, it's like, all right, Yeah, but they treat him like a criminal. He probably got leg shackles on. You feel me? That nigga probably got leg shackles on, got his hands handcuffed. He is happy to be there, yo. They didn't even give him no food. He probably hungry as a bitch. Ain't smoked in days. They don't even give a fuck, man. He having the time of his life in that bitch.
Everybody else controlled though. You feel me?
Hit the like button, y'all.
Sounds like everyone knew what was popping but him, and they're just chilling, and he's oblivious.
I'm the only one like trying to get me at the same time, but I'm the only one still like, damn, what's wrong with you niggas? Like, y'all acting like this, folks. Like, y'all niggas don't do this shit on a normal day. Like a bitch really did drug their ass, so it's like, Boom. We sitting in the yard waiting. They ain't come for 30 minutes. Literally, like I'm telling you this, like they ain't come for 30 minutes. We in the house.
Oh, so they did have house access.
Everybody went to sleep except for me and Tay. Me and Tay in the same room, still up. You feel me? Tay
Were you worried at that point?
Yeah, I'm worried, but I ain't calling. You feel me? Cause look, in our mind, we always smoking. So stop by the stove, get Relos, come home, or get some food or whatever, then come home. So that's in our mind, like, the boys gonna stop by the stove, probably at McDonald's, the line probably long as fuck. Feel me?
Hey, yo,
So
god damn, yo, that ain't never in my life. Yo, I never in my life, like, yo, this guy is like he was relieved. Like, he probably, yo, I guarantee, yo, I don't even think they came and got him. I think he might have walked to the precinct his goddamn self. I think he woke up in the morning and said, yo, fuck that. I'm going to the homicide office because, yo, I got to get this shit off my chest. I got to tell him what I know. I have to. Like, I can't sleep at night. He probably couldn't sleep after this, yo, for days. You feel me? Like, until he got this off his chest, yo, he probably left this interrogation room 10 pounds lighter. You heard me? Fully relieved. Like, yes, finally did it. It's crazy to me. I swear, yo, I don't know what the fuck be going on in other places, yo, but, yo, this shit don't be happening in Baltimore, yo. Like, no, let me show you what I'm talking about, yo. Like, yo, I don't be saying this type of shit. Cause they got
American people.
They got a Baltimore page now that be posting interrogations and shit. I think I saved one. Oh, Tory Lane's appeal got denied too, y'all. They doing old Tory Lane's greasy. I think I saved one. Here we go.
Here's the deal. You were asking what you're being charged with. You're being charged with a drug violation, narcotics, Schedule 1, felony. You're being charged with a firearms possession crime, a misdemeanor. And you're being charged with drug trafficking with the use of a firearm felony, another felony charge.
Yeah, he's up like a
So you're
baby
charged
right
with a couple felonies there, right? I don't sub bail. Well, you're carrying a gun, selling drugs, bro. So that is what it is. If you don't want to talk to us, we'll get you going towards central booking. All right? Cool. That was really, I mean, if you wanted to talk, that was it. But once you say you want a lawyer, that's kind of the end of it. So it's no hard
It looked like he want to talk, though. I ain't
back
gonna
in,
lie.
get you transported, get you charged, and processed through. I got you. Yeah.
I'm just showing. I think he want to talk, but I don't know. I ain't watched this shit. But he don't have. It's not no excitement. Like his shoulders is hunched down. He's not happy to be here. Now you rewind back to this. This nigga feel like he having the time of his fucking life. Like he probably would have stayed there extra. Like they probably had to force him to leave. He'll probably like, no, fuck no. Just a little while longer. I got so much more to say. Do you know about that being a young boy? Yeah, he think it's crazy, yeah.
You can go speak to a court commissioner, okay? Okay, hey, Ruth, you got a handcuff key. I'm gonna loosen them. The wagon man's gonna put you in plastics, okay? When he puts you in plastics, it's gonna be up to him. I'm just gonna loosen them for now, all right? Like I said, you treat us good, we'll get you. Man, these ain't tight. You good now? All right, bro.
As a general rule, stop talking. When you're in police custody, stop talking. They're not here to help you, okay? So they're going to try to debrief you and be like, hey, I'm just here to help. No, they're not. They're here to help their own case. They don't give a shit about you, okay? So the attorney, he gives a shit, okay? Talk to your attorney. Clam up. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you without my attorney. Don't talk to the detective. Just shut up, okay? Have a good one. Again, it's 877-OUCH-911 or ouchguy.com.
Yeah, so he didn't talk to him. But then you go back to this guy. What's up, shorty baby? Out in Jacksonville or Tampa, wherever the fuck, Florida, wherever they from. This nigga is happy as a motherfucker. He probably talk to the police right now. You'll probably just be calling him just on an average day just to talk. What if he be calling him just random conversation? The police will give you their number. She probably just be calling him nigga just because he bored. I just checking on y'all. They probably like, yeah, what's up, Mr. Whatever your name is. I ain't really want nothing for real. I just was calling to talk. keep the conversation going. Yo, this guy is crazy though, yo. Like the real kind. He ain't doing a follow up. He not be doing a follow up. Now you lead a doctor, they like, yeah, call this number to make sure, if you have any other issues, any other questions. That's yo. Yeah, Deborah. I'm just calling to say what's up. I ain't really want nothing for real. They probably sick as they probably blocked him by this point. He might be blocked by the homicide detectives. Yo. They probably blocked his ass. That's why they ain't bring him on the stand. They don't want nothing to do with him.
So now 30 minutes ago, Tay finally done fell asleep. I'm still up. I'm up by myself. I'm still up. I'm on my phone like, I'm trying to stay up as long as I can because I'm waiting for the bus. I'm going to tell you about another thing. When we leave the studio, we at the house. If you sleep, you get pranked. You know what I'm saying? What? You get pranked like ketchup, syrup, water, everything. So you getting pranked. So now I'm thinking like, shit, I ain't going to sleep because I ain't finna be the first one prank, you feel me? I'm gonna at least help do the pranking. They ain't finna go ahead, you feel me? So now I'm still up, but I'm trying to stay up, but I'm going to sleep low key. So when I found like my phone just dropped, like my phone just laid down, like my hand laid down. I just went to sleep. Boom, my mama called. Mine was like four something by now. I look at it, I ain't answered though, cause it's four something, you feel me? I'm like, you want to pick up your mom?
It's like he said pregnant, but he said pranked. Yo, he is really giving them a detailed account of the day. He might as well put hours on it. At 1,200 hours. I woke up in the morning. I did this. At 1,300 hours. Everything they do is in military time. At 1,300 hours. He already know the script, so you ain't gotta worry about nothing. He know what to do. He's a veteran. At 1,300 hours, we picked up Melly. We went to the studio. Like, this guy's crazy, yo. I thought he said pregnant too, though.
I'm saying, like, it's like everything telling us not to think and not to do. So I'm like, I'm not thinking. So then mama called again. I ain't answered. But my sister called right after my mama called. I answered. I was like, what's up? And I was like, matter of fact, never mind. Let me just call my mama. Hung up on her. Called my mama back. She was like, hello? She was breathing hard. She was like, somebody said y'all all dead. Somebody called and said y'all all dead. I said, what? See how I'm getting the chills now?
Damn. Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I had, but the chills was worse than that. I'm in that teeth chattering like, what? When she said that, I'm like, damn. So I get up, I get out of bed, I run it.
That nigga said that nigga said his teeth was gritting. God damn. That nigga said my mother called me and said, I heard all y'all dead. Hey, yo, his teeth started gritting. Yo, this guy is crazy, man. Ain't no way they was gonna bring him to court. Ain't no fucking way he was ever gonna touch that stand, yo. Yo, they barbecue chicken his ass on that stand.
I remember Melly's mom said, like around 7 or 8 a.m., that she heard he was in the ICU. Melly was, which was not true. But what? At 4?
The juvie room, cause like we got upstairs and downstairs. Tay room in the middle, you got board room, then you got juvie room across. So I run the juvie room. I say juvie. But all I seen was Fetty. I didn't see juvie. So I say boom. I ran right across the board room. I say Portland. I ain't see Portland. So then I go down, I ain't go downstairs, but I went to the end of the hallway where the balcony shit basically at, where Drew was sleeping at. I say, Drew, get up. Not Melly, but I said, get up. Somebody called, my mama called and said, we all dead, bro. Melly, them not here.
That nigga lied. He fucking lied, yo. Ain't no fucking way. If my mother called me at 4 o'clock in the morning, say we all at the house. My mother calls me at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, man, look, I heard y'all all dead. I'm like, man, what the fuck are you talking about, man? We all in the house. You feel me? Man, I'm gonna call you in the morning. I'd have took my ass right back to sleep. This guy says he go from room to room. He got on the motherfucking loudspeaker and said, y'all. My mother just called me and said, everybody is dead in the house. Even though I know we all ain't dead. It might be some of us dead, but the rest of us is fine. You feel me? Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here. This nigga lied, man. This nigga lied, yo. This is his moment to shine. This situation is similar to Woody's, where they love the, they love the feel. It's like when they get in that interrogation room, they just feel like they home. So they just feel a need to just start talking and lying and talking and lying and telling the truth and making up things. He is at home right now, yo. Yeah, man, I'll tell you, I don't think he wanted to leave. They probably literally had to escort him out the building. Like, yo, you gotta go. We don't need nothing else. You feel me? We don't need nothing else from you, sir. You done gave us everything you got. We know your life story, where you was born, where you was raised, your mother, your sister, all your family members, and your friends. All the crimes they got away with, and crimes that they might be charged with down the line. We don't need to know nothing else. You can go now. And then he still woke up and called him in the morning. I'm telling you. This nigga's crazy, yo. I ain't never said that like this before.
Get up, bro, see what's going on. I yelled downstairs, I say, 80, see a sack of Melly in the room. He already sleep in the sack room. He had ran to the stairway because he heard me talking crazy, like, man, what the fuck going on? He looking lost, like, what's going on, bro? I say, man, go see a sack in the room.
4 o'clock in the morning, nigga, what the fuck? I probably woke up and slept. It's like, yo, bitch, yo, don't wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning no more, bro. Fuck you mean? Of course he's looking confused. You running through the house screaming, waking everybody up, talking about, yo, my mother said we all dead, when I know I'm fucking still alive. So we all can't be dead. Like, leave me the fuck alone, man. Take your dumb ass back to sleep, bro. You must be high. You must have some pills in them or something.
Ran in that bitch. He said, no, he not in there. I said, right. See if he in there. He ran in that bitch. He said, no, he not in there. So I'm like, damn. Then I actually got looking at my phone. I see one missed call from Melly. But mind you, my mama called me. I'm going to see if you called me, you know what I'm saying? So I know what he did. He called and he ain't let that bitch up, you feel me? He ain't actually called and actually called all the way through. He just called and hung that bitch up. So now,
I don't remember that detail in the trial. I mean, I knew he called people, but
I'm like, damn. I'm like,
this nigga lying, yo.
Then I say, Drew called me.
He's not telling the truth, y'all.
Real quick, what's your number?
772-65.
And that's the number he was calling that morning? Well, that's the number he called and hung up?
Yeah. Okay. So then he called, hung up.
So what they did was fact check this shit.
But
what they did was fact check this shit and realize, like, this nigga story don't add up. Fuck him. We not even introducing this shit as evidence. That's what happened.
Mind you, now look at this. Everybody else in the house got 1 missed call except for Drew. Drew got 17 missed calls from Melly. You know what I'm saying? So now, I'm like, all right, boom.
You say Drew, the filmer? What? Melly called him that many times? I don't remember these details, bro. This motherfucker keeps saying, all right, so boom.
Then, call Melly back. Call Melly. I say, Melly answer the phone. We on FaceTime. He just holding the phone.
Yo, the crazy thing about this nigga house, he ain't even a suspect. Look, hold up. Where we at? 1432? Look at how he came in, yo. Like, oh, look at this shit, yo. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Hold up. Remember we had 1432, yo. Look at that. Look.
You didn't do anything wrong, man. I just want you. You're not in any trouble.
I already know what y'all here for. Trust me. I already know. My nigga dead and gone. I already know what y'all here for.
Well, just, which one were you close with?
Both of them. Every last one of them.
Did you grow up with them?
Every last one of them.
The guy happy he is, yo.
So he's clearly upset.
Yo said, trust me. I already know. I've been waiting for this day my whole life. You feel? I was born for this, man. Like, this is the highlight of my life right here. I couldn't wait for this shit. I wish y'all have got me yesterday. That's what he was thinking, y'all.
Man, like, he just like basically saying, like, y'all niggas left us. Like, y'all niggas ain't answering no phone calls. Y'all niggas left us. Like, I'm like, nigga, what you talking about? I'm like, man, what the fuck going on? Stop playing me. Like,
all the phone calls, all FaceTime calls, they weren't actual phone calls, or just FaceTime?
FaceTime, yeah. He was FaceTime everybody, I think.
Okay,
I don't think he regular calls.
Okay, yeah. So
only person, I don't know for sure, but I think the only person he regular called was his mama.
Now it's all making sense. I remember just the main phone call being his mom, but the FaceTimes weren't on record type shit.
So you're on FaceTime with him, what's going on? He at Fredo Bain house. So I'm like, where you at, bro? What's going on, bro? My mama called and said we all dead. He just looking mad, like trying to look mad. And I'm like, bro, stop all that trying to look mad. What's going on? The people talking about we dead. What's going on? He like, man, I'm at Bang House. Just pull up. I'm like, all right. Grab the Draco with the Bang House.
Yo, how the fuck did his mother get this phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning, man? So she got this phone call right after the murder. Like, directly. The murder was at about 4. So what? She must have heard the shots. Yeah, I mean, women got intuition sometimes, man. Maybe she just was intuitive and was like, oh shit, that's my kids. Let me call my son and make sure he's straight. That could happen, yo. Women do that they can, you know how women is. Yeah, but 4 o'clock in the morning, yo, when nobody knew what the fuck was going on. We talking about a murder that happened in a remote area. That shit was remote.
He told him everything. He grabbed the Draco. This man's funny as shit.
So I'm like, as soon as I get the Bang House, Bang gave me a perk. He gave me what's the thing, perk? Like I was like already.
Yeah, what the fuck the perk got to do with it? This nigga great. Hey, he is telling everything. Yo said, man, when I got the Bang House, it was around Christmas time. He had the decorations outside. Some little kids walking down the street. When I walked in the door, a girl answered the door naked. And as soon as I sang bang, before he spoke anything, he gave me a perk 30. The blue ones, the ones with the M-box joints. Not the A15s. No, these was the M-box 30s. It's like, we gotta be specific. You feel me? That way I'm telling the truth. Hey, yo, this guy is diabolical, yo. Somebody need to beat you up.
Do something, ready to get in some bread. I'm like, nah, but I'm like, yeah, you right, let me pop the perk. So I popped the perk, and like, that threw me off a little bit, but it's just like he just like.
Where's, that at least the numbers on Bang's house?
No, I didn't even know the nigga stayed down there. No cow. He from to walk or did you drive? We drive.
Is it the same community? Like you came out of where you guys live, you make out a left or a right or how?
Left, I think. If you go to the dead end, like that, some shit like that.
Okay.
Bro giving up so many little details that they probably didn't have.
I don't know, bro, because there'd be a lot of rappers just talking crazy.
Like
watch them boys.
What are they saying?
Just be saying crazy shit, like crazy shit. But then as soon as I watch the shit would be deleted. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like none of the shit get deleted until I watch it.
Well, let me ask you, when you finally got to Bang's house and you saw Melly, was he wearing the same clothes as he left the club in? What was he wearing?
Tank top and some gym shorts.
Did you see where his other clothes were at?
That is crazy.
What's your impression? What do you think happened?
Same thing y'all think. I would. I ain't no snitch, dog. You feel me?
No, I'm not.
Y'all turn these cameras off, I'll tell y'all boys. Hell no.
Hey, yo, he just not, yo. Hey, yo, hell no. Hell no. Yo, he did not just do all that and say, yo, look, man, look. I ain't no snitch now. You feel me? And I know I told you we went to Fredo Bang house and gave me a perk 30. My mother called me. Everybody was looking suspicious. They got in this car. They ain't never come back. But look, I ain't no snitch. whatever. You can call me a lot of things, but do not call me no rat. But look, if you turn these cameras off, I might become one. You feel me? I ain't gonna snitch on camera. But the minute you turn these cameras off, boy, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know. But just don't call me no snitch, though. Don't ever let that hit the streets. Hey, yo, this shit is fucking, this shit is like must-see television, yo. Like, where they find these type of niggas at?
He turned the camera on, I'll tell y'all boys. You already told him shit, bro. What you talk about? He basically just told him. Same shit, y'all. He didn't have the same clothes on.
Real shit, Sat, low-key deserved what he got because he was 27, with a little girl.
Yeah, I know.
And he was out here, he was out here, feel me, doing shit at the same time. So, like, your karma caught up to you, but at the same time.
Oh, man. So, they just said the name of a girl. I might have to bleep the name, just to be safe. Like, of the alleged child that Sack Chaser was... Oh, my God, this is messy as fuck.
Juvie ain't deserve to die. You feel me? Juvie just died.
Everyone says that about Juvie. He said he was a decent kid,
man. Juvie, what, man, bro? Juvie was one of the most kind-hearted niggas you would ever meet. Juvie is the hood light.
Yeah, no, everyone...
Like, say it's a dark area. You go see Juvie in that dark area, he the light. He just...
That's so sad. Oh, man. I've said it in my videos in the past. I think if this shit really popped off and Melly did this, Juvie was like collateral damage. Like, he had to get rid of Juvie because he got rid of Sack Chaser, you know what I'm saying? Man.
Juvie is the light, bro. Tell you, man.
But think about it, man. Are you doing Juvie justice? He's in the grave now, right? He's dead.
But like, I can't.
I'm not saying you're snitching, but you gotta point me in the right direction. You gotta help me look in the right direction. Cause no one's.
Y'all ever find out where the shit really happened at though?
Yes.
And did y'all find the right cause and shit?
Yes.
Like, so how? Like, I tell me the bullets come from the inside or the outside, and I can tell you what's really going on.
You tell me. Unfortunately,
I don't know. Look, they not ever tell you. No, they're not telling me nothing.
I bet the fuck they ain't. The fuck shit. Anything get told to you get told to the police. Well, tell you as a goddamn thing. Nigga, fuck you mean?
Because they know, bro. We not them tight. You tell me. Does anybody challenge them? Like, what you mean? Does anyone say, hey, what the? Nah, I did. Yeah, I asked them like, going on. But I remember all this shit like it was yesterday. But the nigga said, he said, I was like, man, what the f going on? Because when Borton was still in the hospital at the time, I was finna beat the shit out of Borton when he came back. I was finna whoop Borton's ass, like, because Melly wasn't talking. I was finna do Melly, but I knew I would have had to fight Bang and all them niggas, you feel me? So I'm like, Melly, man, what the f going on? Like,
man, Deborah, I don't know.
He over there, like, trying to fake cry and shit like that, like, but no tears coming. Like, you can't do these niggas.
He was a big.
He's saying Melly fake crying with no tears coming. This is crazy work.
He was a big show he's putting on.
Yeah, like, you can't fool me, bro. If a real drive-by done spunt on the niggas, if a nigga done spunt on our dogs, the nigga ain't gonna be sitting in Fredo Bang house. We finna get right. We finna go see what it is, do what it do.
That. Not with your motherfucking ass. God damn, you got these type of people are dangerous. Like, this not how he talking. He talking gangster, but telling at the same time. You know, if they'd have came through spinning you, we'd have grabbed the chopsticks. Yeah, man, we'd have went to the Chinese food store. We'd have ate good that night. But if we get caught, I ain't going to jail. Fuck you think this is? Fuck you think that jail ain't part of the program? Fuck you mean? We can do all the murders, all the robberies, all the shootings, all the assaults. But the minute they talk about jail, oh shit, I ain't do none of that shit. They was those guys. Fuck you mean? They did it, officer. And I can tell you how they did it. Time, date, place, motive, everything.
That's why I say, like, the whole situation just shit weird. Like,
that is true. If your friends get killed in front of you, these boys are conditioned to go get revenge. They're not gonna sit around crying.
Cause like, I don't know like how that shit happened. I don't know. So that's why I say I don't know. But I feel like that bit was set up. Like,
what motive would Melly have to kill his two friends?
They just piss him off. I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna tell you straight up. That man was on FaceTime, man. Like, y'all don't know, bro. Y'all don't know what Sack was doing to me. Y'all don't know what Sack was doing to me, bro. Like, saying it like Sack was raping his ass or some shit. So I'm like, what you saying, bro? What you saying? Like, what the Sack was doing to you, nigga? Say it, nigga. And he don't never say, like, he just kept saying, y'all don't know what Sack was doing to me.
Do you think Sack was molesting him?
I don't know, bro.
Damn, was he molesting him?
Bro, like,
an adult.
I don't know, but like, Sack bigger than Melly. You think Melly about this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sack about
6'5".
Bro, Sack picked Jay Green up off his 2 feet and going like that to the nigga head in the wall. Like, come on, now, this man.
That nigga 6'5".
Sack beat up Jay Green, is what you just said? Okay, a lot to unpack there. Some people have been saying, I've heard of the past, like the extortion side, like Sack Chaser was trying to extort Melly or some shit, but who knows, bro?
One time I had his ass crying. So, I don't know, bro. At the end of the day, Sack did so much shit to them boys. Well, I can see the shit happening, you feel me? I can see them because he done did so much shit to them. You know what I'm saying? They done hit legs and Borton did the shit wrong or some shit. He done beat Borton up in the car, Borton crying. Like, bro, why you beating on me, bro? Why you beating on me, bro?
This man's singing for the hills, giving them all types of details about their friendship. This is crazy.
Sat and goddamn grabbed the Draco, put the Draco in Melly's hand. Y'all boys want to kill me not. Them boys ain't kill him though. You know what I'm saying? So this happened? This happened in the house though. This just like that situation was like an everyday thing. Like
he just challenged him to shoot him.
Yeah, like he seeing like he could like.
These boys were just doomed. Like, what? This is some messy shit. What am I hearing?
Sack and Mom had some shit going on, like they went with each other. You feel me?
Melly's mom. We've known about this rumor or whatever. It's not really a rumor. There's video evidence.
Cortez and Sack went with each other.
Cortez was, I think, Melly's first manager or something that was apparently in a relationship with his mama.
Sack was
This is all alleged, by the way. Holy shit.
The Melly like, if y'all trying to slime me or some shit, I get all y'all killed. You feel me? So like,
what type of friendship group is this? Talking about killing each other. Red flags everywhere. This is not a good look for Melly, bro.
Maybe them boys took that shit offensive. You feel me?
This information already been out. Yo, this is an old interrogation, man. Like, this is not a new interrogation. They had this evidence during the first trial. Yo, this whatever the fuck he's doing is gonna have no bearings on the outcome of the next trial. Just like it didn't have no bearings on the first outcome.
You get us killed when we were trying to slime you. Feel me?
Dude, I can understand to a point killing Sack. Sack was an ass. From everyone, you're not the first person who said that. But why Chris? Why Juvie?
I'm gonna tell you straight up. What Scree say Juvie got whacked, cause Juvie was gonna tell. And Juvie wouldn't leave Sack's side. But little do these people know, Juvie been tried to leave this rap shit. Nigga, 2 days before this, we in the room. Juvie got a swisher, I got a backwood. And he's smoking Juvie.
God
said,
damn, yo, did you have to specify the blunts? This nigga said, hey, yo, this guy is different. Yo, didn't he really have to do that, though, yo? He could have said, yo, 2 days before, man, Juvie was smoking. Yo said 2 days before, Juvie had a cigarillo with some strawberry cushion there. I had a backwood with some sour diesel. You know, the old sour diesel, like the shit from 04. Not 04, but, you know, the shit from like 08, 09, 2010. You know, the back in the day sour diesel. And we was all smoking. You feel like, yo, they need to know that, yo. They need to know what kind of blunt y'all was smoking, man. They don't even give a fuck about that shit for real.
Leave this shit. I don't do this rap shit. Like, in one of his songs here, like, they try to clone me, but I'm just have to die.
That's what Juvie said raps?
Mm-hmm. That's what he said in his rap. So,
damn, bro. I gotta say, I have heard over the years, not one person has ever said anything bad about Juvie. It makes me very sad. That's, bro. Like, I don't think I've seen one negative thing about Juvie ever covering this case for the last 6 years at all.
But like, now I'm thinking like, shit, Juvie must really seen these people try to clone him or some shit. So now I'm like, damn.
Tried to clone him?
Like, hell, nah, bro, I don't fuck with this rap shit, bro. I don't fuck with this crazy ass shit. This shit weird, bro. This shit crazy. I just did the trapping. I go to the streets. I ain't on this shit, bro. I just stick to the streets. I said, shit, man, you on the same thing. We trap, we don't, nigga don't be on this other shit, this lame shit, you feel me? So Juvie got whacked just for being there because he gonna tell. Whatever he would have seen, Juvie was gonna tell.
That's where the state got that narrative
I don't know if he was gonna tell.
So they did use some of his testimony. They just didn't use him as a witness. They did use that narrative that Juvie just was killed because they thought he was going to snitch. But they just said, fuck it. We're going to relay his information, but we ain't using this motherfucker because he's going to kill us in court. He is going to bury us in court. So we just going to take, you know, little tidbits of things he said, and we're going, you know, we're going to spit it like we investigated and found this out, and we know this for a fact.
People saying like he wasn't gonna tell the police, but he was gonna tell the streets. Now out in the streets, don't nobody know who did it. But then I heard another story. I said, did Juvie's thumb get shot off?
I don't know.
If his thumb got shot off, they say Juvie was wrestling with whoever shot Sack first. Say Juvie tried to grab the gun, y'all tripping, and then they shot his thumb off. That when Juvie fell back, like like when you get shot, you gonna be like Then that's when they just shot his whole side off. But
okay, a lot to unpack there. Juvie's thumb did get shot. We saw it on Twitter because one of the lawyers of the victim's family
fight inside the car, and that's how his thumb got shot up.
He said he heard a story, so someone told him this. Oh my god, this is such a bad look. Holy shit. This is, like, very damning. I mean, this is a person in the other car, bro.
I heard Portland's talking on the streets.
What did he tell you?
About the shooting.
Well, they didn't tell me shit. Did you ask me about it? I be asking that every day. But I don't know, cuz. I said, what? How the fuck you don't know?
But who did you hear from on the streets that there was a fight inside the car, and that's how his thumb got shot up?
Then who did I hear
Yeah.
We'll never say it came from you. Trust me.
I already know. I forgot who I heard it from because there was a lot of people just coming back to me with so much information.
What? Who told him that?
I know it was a boy though. A boy told me that shit.
This man lying. He remembers all this other shit, but you don't remember that? Who told him that? Come on.
Next time I see their ass, I remember like who it was. Like I know it was a boy for a fact. Like, but boom, when boy came back from the hospital, I asked bro. I said, what's up, bro? What you seen? What's going on, bro? He was like, I don't know, bro. I was just driving, bro. I think he said a car pulled up, or he just heard shots. Ring got. He just went to ducking and driving at the same time. Was it any more like big dents or anything on the car?
It was an old dent, from an old accident.
Yeah, so then he crashed, and then he talking about he crashed. He was all on the sidewalk type shit. But I know brother told
Did he get shot in the thumb? Were there any dents in the side of the car? Bro's like questioning the police to confirm shit that he's heard.
He told one of my dogs, he said, I know what's going on, bro, but I can't tell nobody. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me, bro. They're gonna kill me. So I ain't never get a chance to like call him and ask him like what you were talking about. Cause I just was talking to him like a week before I came in here chopping it up and shit. But he just was like, you can tell the vibe. So you feel me? I'm peeping his vibes. Like it's not the same vibe that we had when we first had that. Like brother, stay with me. You know what I'm saying? You live with me. So the vibe that we had when you were staying with me, you don't got the same vibes now. Every time I text you, what's up? Yo, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I used to text him, call him, what's up, brothers? Well, yeah, brothers, I might come down there. You know what I'm saying? I might stay tonight. I don't want to be up here.
So this is a friend saying this man's whole demeanor changed after the shooting, which some people say, well, his friends died in front
Hit
of him.
that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel if you new. Y'all get the 50 likes.
Me and brother was staying at my mama shit, but brother would get picked up every now and then for him to go to Miami. Because he was like the designated driver. Yeah. Him and Tay was the designated drivers all the time. So they'll come get Jordan, chop it up with them boys, all right, y'all, boom, they'll slide, you feel me?
You don't know Bartlett's number, do you?
Gotta go on my phone, I don't got my phone here. My mom got my shit. And then the number he do got, they don't answer that shit. They got, I think them boys got like 2 phones. They threw the phone that they had that night, they threw them shits away, they got new phones.
Hey, then what about this?
Bro saying he's trying not to snitch.
Hit the like button, y'all. Come on now.
I heard something about them throwing the guns away. What's up with that?
Shaking his head. Bro, you're snitching.
Tell y'all to get up, baby. Now that one they took me on to go find the guns.
He went with them the morning after the murders to go find them?
Where was it? Tell me approximate area where they went looking.
Who took it? Melly though. Melly.
Soon after the shooting, soon after the incident. That day?
Same day.
Was the sun up or was it still sundown?
Sun up.
So at least 6 or 7?
Yeah, about around 7, 8, because we was at Bangham House.
Yo, this guy is diabolical. Yo, hit the like button, man. Tap the screen twice to get the 50 likes. We need 7 more likes to get to 50, man. Yo, I have never in my life seen anybody this open to have dialogue with police. I have never seen it. This might be a once in a lifetime event, y'all. Like we might not never remember this moment. You might not never see it again. This guy, whoever the fuck he is, his name ain't even important. This guy is just happy to be in an interrogation room. At this point, I don't know why they haven't took the cuffs off of him yet. Yo, get that man a pillow. Prop his feet up. Yo, make him feel at home. Yo, you should not still be treating him like a criminal. Obviously, he's on your side. You feel me? You better give his ass a badge. You heard me? Yeah, I ain't never seen no shit like this. Yo, come on, ain't nobody gonna hit the like button. You gotta just tap the screen twice, y'all. Let's get to 50 likes.
Around that time. I told you, Board, Track, and Millie, and it was me.
Board was with you? Where did they toss it? Where do they think they tossed it?
I don't know.
What area? Like he said,
it was Wooded area. I'm gonna tell you straight out. Like I found the 40. That bitch had blood all over it. It had a cover wrapped around it with blood all over it.
40 caliber with blood on it. The bodies were shot with a 40 caliber handgun that they never recovered. Holy shit. So the fact that he's saying 40 caliber makes me believe he's not lying, because like why else would he know that information? And it had blood on it.
Where were they found?
In the woods. Let me tell you something though. We couldn't find that tape though.
The tech? We couldn't find the tech? I guess another gun?
And the tech's a 40, right? And what's the tech?
Nah.
Okay.
Unless you can get to the college. I don't really know guns like that, you feel me? I just know 9mm, 40, this and that, all guns look the same type of shit. So I don't really know them shit like that. I just know the black shit that I went to grab with the shit on it. It was 40. Did you grab it first? Yeah, I seen it. I just seen a blue thing with blood on it. So I'm like, I tried to keep the 40 to bring that bitch down this way. I tried to keep that bitch, but who told it?
Jesus Christ, yo. This nigga just said, I was trying to keep the 40. I was going to bring it to y'all. I told you. Yo, he set this meeting up, y'all. They didn't have to come find him. He found them. I'm telling you. That man said, I tried to keep the 40. I was going to bring it to y'all. You know, hand delivered. Hand delivered, clipped out. I was going to, give it to it just how I got it. Blood still on the barrel. I was going to get that bitch to y'all, man. Straight up. Fuck that. At this point, I want to be a police officer. You know, I think that's what he told them, man. Like, yo, just give me a badge, man. Like, you see you see my work. You see how open and honest and, you know, how forthcoming I'm willing to be with y'all. Just give me a badge, man. You know, put me out there in the field, man. I can solve cases for y'all. You know, I could be like the guy that took down the Black Panthers, you know, COINTELPRO. I can blend in with the gang members. You know, I can talk the language. You know, I can be an agent, man. CSI, 1.
They manager. I don't know the nigga like that though, but the manager like, nah, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna get it right. I'm like, nigga, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Just clean the blood off. You feel me? Keep it like a regular pistol.
You know that we gotta be
Bro's telling all. He's saying 100K track said no, I'm getting rid of it pretty much.
So they're like, nah, I'm gonna get rid of it. So I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. And then can't find that tech though. Quick leave that tech though. We weren't gonna leave till we found that 40, but they quick leave that tech though. All I said when people were telling me that Shaq Jew got hit with 9mm, I was trying to find that tech so I could see how many bullets was in there, because it was a full clip.
So they didn't get hit with a 9mm, I thought. Yeah, I just looked it up. They got hit with 40 caliber. The police obviously aren't going to tell him this, that he's wrong.
So if his bullets missing,
see, he's lying, yo. See, that's why he didn't use his testimony. Now, some of the things he's saying, he probably did here. Yo, but he want to solve this case so bad that he's willing to, for the information that he don't know, he's speculating. And that doesn't make for a good witness, man. That makes for a witness that's going to get on that stand and get exposed. They're going to lose the case, fuck around with y'all. That's why he ain't ever get called.
That Glock have an extended clip?
What Glock?
The 40 you found, what was it, a Glock or?
No, XD.
XD?
See, if it was a Glock that did this shit, I'm trying to tell y'all what y'all, boy.
How many rounds was in that XD?
Probably like 7.
7?
You said there was just one gun? One gun grabbed, or was there 2?
I grabbed one gun. They didn't duck both guns off in the same place. Trust me, if they had that tech over there, I would knew what was going on.
So they were looking for that gun, and then...
No, ain't no look. Them niggas know they know where them guns at. They just not trying to find that tech. They was quick to leave the tech. We can't find that bitch. All right, the tech.
So that tells me they were like, we don't need the tech anyway. It wasn't used.
What? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Y'all found the 40, but why leave the tech? The tech.
You said there was some blue on it. Like
a blue cover. I don't know exactly.
Like on the grip, like this part here, this grip. There's blue on it.
Blue or blood, you mean?
Blue or blood?
No, blood.
Blood. Okay.
Yeah, it was blood all over the gun.
But was anything unique about anything distinguishing between another gun? Have you seen it on any of their Snapchats or any of their Instagram, any social media? With Melly, you see him post with that gun? With the XD?
Hell no, them niggas probably got rid of that shit.
No, before that.
You see it in the house?
Hell no, he ain't posted. The only person that posted that XD was Sam.
Whose gun do you think that was?
I don't know, man. I ain't trying to do no snitching this bitch, dog, cuz.
Bro, can he stop that, yo? Please, bro. Come on, yo. I hate these type of niggas. Now you don't want to be no snitch. You done been talking for 40 minutes. And every time they try to get some pertinent information. I don't want to be no snitch, but turn that camera off. Yeah, I be whatever fuck you want. You turn that camera off, I'll be a fucking pony in this bitch. You turn that motherfucking camera off, I bought like a dug. You hear me? But I ain't gonna be no snitch on camera though. Turn that bitch off though. Ain't no telling what I do. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? These niggas is crazy, yo.
You're already snitching. Why does he keep saying that?
You're not snitching.
I know I ain't snitching.
I be a goat this bitch. You turn that camera off.
Thomas and Williams, did they both have guns? Did they always have guns with them?
Thomas Williams, hell no.
Sacageway.
Them niggas are talking. Them the niggas that's gonna tell you to put them bitches down.
Okay.
Stop messing with them. Them the ones that's gonna tell you, so you don't need no gun, bro. If you gotta ride with a gun, you pussy. You know what I'm saying? They the ones gonna tell you you don't need no gun. Get rid of that shit.
That family always packing, isn't it?
Well, that nut.
He's shaking his head.
I'm trying to pull up some pictures here.
Just go to Instagram.
that night, Melly come walking out of the studio. He had a brown satchel hanging down like a brown man purse.
That man purse. What is that shit at?
Did that have a gun in there that night? No?
The gun was wrapped up in a blue cover with the blood all over it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No. Before, when he left the studio, he walked out of the studio at 3:20.
Oh, was the gun in there that night?
Yeah.
I think so.
Bro, tell.
So he walks out of the studio at 3:20. By 4 o'clock in the morning, his mother is calling him saying, son, I heard you all dead. Like, yo, this nigga lied, man. He lied. He pulling a woody, mixing a lie with the truth. Y'all see how that works in court. You feel me? That's why he wasn't never called to testify. You can't be in there mixing a lie with the truth and then get on the stand and think you're gonna have a credible witness. Yo, you are destined to fucking lose.
Oh, this is crazy. He's like, yeah, the gun was in there, in Melly's man purse.
Oh yeah.
They had two. There was two.
Never carry a gun.
Yo, so ain't nobody gonna hit the like button, yo? That's crazy.
But back then they did. I just ain't carry no gun. Yeah, they did, but they be losing this shit. You feel me? At Airbnb, little hotel shit y'all got down there.
You just leave them around?
Leave them. Then we leave the hotel. Lost. They lost they might still be there. You feel me? Whatever Airbnb them boys at.
Is he saying Airbnb like instead of Airbnb? And he's also saying they lose guns at Airbnbs. This is so stupid.
Shit. If nobody else can get a hold of them, like somebody else came like, what's the gun? Go sell it. But them niggas left so many guns, like, well, y'all just don't know, but take me on camera, I'm gonna tell y'all boys, tired of this shit. Tell you, man. So what he hearing is just like, we shit.
Man, take the boy off camera so you can tell it all.
Now, that night, when we
now, see, look. You see me right now? That's me right there.
Yeah.
Now, I left from that side, and I went and got on this side. Went, feel me? Who did that?
That's AD, isn't it? Is this AD? He got in the car with you guys.
I just realized this is Detective Moretti, isn't it? This whole video been going on. I'm just recognized. I think that's Detective Moretti.
Yeah, he got in the car with you guys.
He didn't have no hat on that night, I don't think.
Well, he probably took it off. That's Anthony, right? Yeah, that's Anthony. Did he have a gun on you? On him? Man, because Borland come walking out. Well, and that's Fetty.
Yeah.
Was he Melly's carrying that purse? Was there a gun in there?
Yeah, and I did have blood on that too, on that purse.
But you haven't seen that purse since, huh?
The purse had blood on it?
No,
not you.
There you go lying again.
Tech in there.
Yeah, and I see how everybody in the car is not. Juvie had to go back and get the tech.
Juvie went back inside to get the 9mm?
They left the tech on the chuck.
Okay.
So around that time, before Juvie came out, he's still in there. He put the tech in the bag, put the clip in. That's when I'm trying to do the shit on the door.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen that shit on video, but I'm telling you, I tried to do that shit on God. Like, tried to grab that door, get into the point and came out with his jacket like this. Like, you see on video, he had the jacket in his hand like this, and then he was gonna put it on. He had it like that. He was like, Bobby drive, Bobby drive, Bobby drive. Saturday like, hell no, you drive, you the designated driver. You feel me? So like, I'm just trying to get someone else to drive. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. Bortland said he didn't want to drive and he wanted Kobe to drive. And Sack Chaser said no.
It's like his ass must knew something. But then Bortland gonna say, I seen Bentley them down there earlier, but I ain't say nothing. These are the niggas we beefing with. Them the same niggas that just ran down them in Walmart to beat them up to the chain.
Oh, we've heard about the Walmart fight. So apparently Melly and them got in a fight at Walmart. Bortland is saying he saw them in the area to him after the murders, like, and he's hinting that, that's bullshit. He's lying, like trying to blame them for it, for the drive-by.
That's what I asked him about that. You saw him out that night, or?
I ain't seen the niggas. Bortland said he seen the niggas, but the niggas was down there. But I'm gonna tell you some scary shit. When Sack died, the time that they died, I'm talking about the time, like, the time y'all figure out they died, like, the time that shit was, motherfuckers was posting crazy shit around that time.
Who was?
Every young boy.
Yeah, young boy. Niggas. Yeah, they were trying to take claim to it. The Upstreet Blood family was trying to take.
So this is where the defense attorney took the opening to say, NBA Youngboy could have did it. So everybody is nitpicking off his testimony, the prosecution and the defense. The defense know his testimony is bullshit, but they can use some of his testimony to create doubt in the juror's mind.
Claim some idiot from Fort Pierce was trying to take claim to it.
Yo, all the niggas, but you never know the niggas might be dead ass serious. Like,
did he say Youngboy? I forgot Melly and NBA Youngboy got in a fight in LA or whatever. That was in the first trial. The text messages about it.
For real, like, cause I don't know, bro. Cause like my mind said it like. For Youngboy, how you know so much about this shit? And feel me, how you know about it? The Slang That I song from Youngboy, the remix of Melly song. Listen to that bitch. What the fuck he said? Bust a nigga head, something.
I don't know why the interrogation cut off, but shout out Mickey Truth for having that up on her channel. This is a terrible look for Melly. I mean, this is. Some people are gonna say he's bullshitting, but it really seems like he's telling the truth.
It's not a terrible look, Cuff Boys, and I fought with Cuff Boys. Yo, this information was already out, bro. They already had this information on the last trial. It's not a terrible look. They already had it. It's nothing new. It's nothing, no new information. Yeah, he pulling a woolly. 13-year-old shot in Penn North neighborhood. God damn, man. Been a lot of shootings in Baltimore lately. Fuck is she talking about?
Than one person, and it actually is bigger than the minority leader in the Senate. You had 8 Senate Democrats who coordinated their own votes on this, as well as you have 2 retiring members. Many of them are also up in several cycles from now, with the hope that people are going to forget this moment. And I think what's important is that we understand that this is not just a leader is a reflection of the party, and Senate Democrats have selected their leadership to represent them. And so the question needs to be bigger than just one person. We have several Senate primaries this cycle. I know I'm being asked about New York. That is years from now. I have to remind my own constituents because they think that this election is this year. We actually do have Senate elections this year, and my hope is that people across this country actually participate in their primary elections in selecting their leadership. Thank you.
You didn't really answer the question.
Thank you.
Congressman, you mentioned her stay as minority leader.
I think what is so important for folks to understand is that this problem is bigger than one person, and it actually is bigger than the minority.
Yeah, they playing a game with the people, y'all. It's a lot I wanted to talk about for real. Just fucking Maryland. So they try to pass a law in Maryland where, oh, so y'all remember this video?
I'm Jack Watson.
So the officer, remember I did a video, a nigga struck my channel. Matter of fact, I'm trying to fight that shit. Did I ever fight that shit? Hold up. I need to fight that strike. They gave me a strike on my channel, yo. Dude in Baltimore, a bitch. Somebody let him know. And the dude in Baltimore who put that video out is a fucking bitch. Yo sold the video to a motherfucking to a fucking agency. And they copyrighted my fucking video. So let me do this real quick. I reached out to the bitch ass nigga. And see, the thing is, he don't even realize. He don't even realize that I ain't too far from him. Hold on. So I already won this copyright claim. You're a fucking clown. But he don't know. He probably thought he was doing something nice, saying the way to get it back. Saying the way he can get it back. Sold the video. Now they trying to control the video. So I reached out to yo. All I need from him is that so I can use the video. Your bitch ass never responds. Your bitch ass never responds. So I'm ready to beat this strike real quick. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Let me beat this motherfucking strike real quick. Sucker ass nigga. My bad, I had to do that. Yeah, they struck my channel for that shit. Y'all want some old bitch ass shit for real. Fucking copyright strike. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all the shit that's going on in Maryland. So yo, they trying to pass. Oh, so no, before I get to that, I was talking about this.
Baltimore Police Headquarters. A viral video is leading to charges, including attempted second degree.
It ain't a channel, bro. The dude that recorded this video of the police chasing the dude down, he sold the video to a digital marketing agency. He sold them rights to the video. So it's his video, but they own the rights. Him not realizing he sold the fucking video to the enemy. He's just looking at a couple of eyes. He don't, he a nigga outside. So he don't really understand the ramifications of a strike. He don't really understand media. He just had a viral video that they paid him for. You feel me? But I reached out to him to say, yo, I just need you on record saying that I can use the video. Shorty never responds. I know he's seeing my message because he was in my store. So at that point, just a bitch ass little nigga. You feel me? That's what it is. It is what it is. And I ain't gonna go into detail, because I he on Wiley, man. He real close. But it ain't even that serious. It's just the point that, damn, sure, you could at least say it. You could at least responded. But I'm gonna win the copyright anyway. I just thought that was some suck ass shit from Shorty.
Murder for a BPD officer.
Let me be clear. The actions we saw in that video of Officer Parks are entirely unacceptable.
Nor do they represent the rest of the BPD, says Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates. On Wednesday afternoon, he announced charges for Officer Robert Parks, who turned himself in, indicted for attempted second-degree murder, assault, reckless driving, and misconduct in office.
These are the exact charges we would bring forward for anyone operating a vehicle in that manner, whether you're police or whether you're civilian.
The charges stem from an incident here on Wiley Avenue in Park Heights on October 28th at 5 in the evening. Bates says Parks approached this liquor store and, after telling bystanders to take a lap, called over a man by name. The man said no and walked away. Then Bates describes the aggressive chase.
Officer Parks proceeded to drive his police cruiser onto a paved driveway directly at the individual and with increasing speed. The person ran to his left into a grassy area to avoid being struck. Officer Parks steered his police vehicle directly at the man and struck him in the grassy area.
Still behind the wheel, the video shows the officer keeps trailing the man. When he eventually ran into an alley, Parks plowed the car into a chain-link fence and continued on foot for a few seconds, ultimately returning to the car. Many in the neighborhood were encouraged to hear about the charges. Ashley Jamison tells us she was here when the incident happened and says it's hard to explain to her children why it happened.
Of course, as a mom, I teach my children that, to respect the police, that they are here to serve and, protect. You can trust them. If you ever get lost or in trouble, you can run up to a police car and they will help you get home. They are the help.
I don't know why the fuck you told them that. The fuck you mean? This bitch just talk. Ain't no way she told her kids that. She did not tell her kids that in real life, because that is not the reality of Baltimore City Police. You will go to them motherfuckers, they will ride right past your ass.
But when my son sees stuff like this, when he saw that day, he said, well, Ma, why is he chasing that guy like that? He was just standing there. And I didn't know what to tell him.
Bates also says the BPD's own internal rules prevent this type of force. Parks is suspended without pay, and if he's convicted on all charges, he'd face a max sentence of 65 years in prison. I'm Jack Watson at Baltimore Police Headquarters.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I remember I was saying that. That shit definitely was attempt murder. Like, yo, you try to run you over, bro. Like, it was geeking. But there's some other shit going on in Baltimore, too. That I wanted to talk about. So I got into it with a person earlier, right? White guy. Juvenile crime. States attorneys across Maryland voice opposition to ending automatic adult charges for juvenile. Now look, right? So in this next video, I'm gonna show you, right? I'm gonna show you how misleading Fox 45 is, and how if you don't know no better, you get tricked into some dumb shit. So if you're from Baltimore, you know that most of the juvenile offenders that get arrested is coming from Baltimore City, which means they're predominantly black. You understand? But what Fox 45 does is they show the surrounding counties and make it seem like that this issue of juveniles being charged as an adult is an issue that the surrounding counties should worry about. But they're not the ones that's being charged as adults. It's the inner city, Baltimore City youth that's being charged as adults. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I was arguing with a white guy, and I linked on his ass. Y'all know how I do. I get some people's ass on the comments. Like, yo, you sitting here worrying about the wrong shit. Like, yo, the youth in Baltimore and juveniles being charged as adults is not even your fucking problem, bitch. What you need to worry about is white radicalism. That's the biggest issue you got. This shit right here doesn't concern you. You shouldn't have no opinion on it. Cause it says Maryland, but they really talking about Baltimore.
Not a smart move by any means.
Sitting down with Fox 45, Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese speaking out against a proposed juvenile justice reform that he believes would overwhelm an already strained system.
I don't like it because, and I think by and large law enforcement doesn't like it, because we don't have a whole lot of trust in the juvenile court system and the DJS system.
Echoing concerns raised by
Now
half of
now this cop that they're talking about, he's not a Baltimore City police. This the misleading shit that they do. He's not a Baltimore City police officer. He's in one of them counties some motherfucking way. But he's speaking on this situation like it's going to affect his jurisdiction, but it's not. Only Baltimore City kids is going to face the consequences for this shit on a large scale. Now might be some other kids from other counties and other, I'm gonna say, but I ain't gonna say just Baltimore City and Baltimore counties, which is majority black kids. Now might be some kids in Queen Anne's and some of these other counties that's gonna, fall between the cracks. But largely, it's not their issue to even worry about. But the news strategically decided to interview this guy. Let me go back.
This is not a smart move by any means.
He's a
Sitting
sheriff.
down with Fox 45, Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese.
Carroll County. Predominantly white. You have a Carroll County sheriff speaking on the fact that juveniles not being charged as adults is an issue because we don't trust the juvenile justice system. But yo, teens in Carroll County is not being charged as adults. It's the kids in Baltimore City.
Speaking out against a proposed juvenile justice reform that he believes would overwhelm an already strained system.
I don't like it because, and I think by and large law enforcement doesn't like it, because we don't have a whole lot of trust in the juvenile court system and the DJS system.
Echoing concerns raised by half of Maryland state's attorneys this week.
Right now we have DJS that doesn't have the capability or enough bed space to hold
that like
the
button, y'all.
juveniles
Subscribe to
that
the
they are
channel if you
now in
new.
the system. Why would we give them an influx of even more kids? Doesn't make sense.
DeWeese, one of 9 Maryland
Look.
sheriffs, adding.
Look, Carroll County, Harford County, Cecil County, Kent County, Caroline County, Talbot County, Worcester County, St. Mary's County. But they're not going to be the ones affected. I done fucked it up. But they're not going to be the ones affected, y'all. That's not an issue for them. They shouldn't have no say in this. But this is how they do to manipulate the public.
This is
to gain support for a problem that won't affect those counties on a large scale. The main targets of juveniles being charged as adults is going to be Baltimore City black youth. That's it, and that's all. See, yo, this is how you gotta depict the media, man. Don't ever just watch this shit and take it for face value. You gotta use your own knowledge and common sense and apply it to everything that you see in media. Because they'll mislead you. This whole, whatever you want to call this, is misleading.
A smart move by any means.
Sitting down with Fox 45, Carroll County Sheriff Jim DeWeese speaking out against a proposed juvenile justice reform that he believes would overwhelm an already strained system.
I don't like it because, and I think by and large law enforcement doesn't like it, because we don't have a whole lot of trust in the juvenile court system and the DJS system.
Echoing concerns raised by half of Maryland state's attorneys this week.
Right now we have DJS that doesn't have the capability or enough bed space to hold the juveniles that are there now in the system.
Why would we give them an influx of even more kids? Doesn't make sense.
DeWeese, one of 9 Maryland sheriffs, adding to the pushback against a plan to do away with automatically sending youth to adult court for certain violent crimes. In a new report from the state's Commission on Juvenile Justice Reform, youth advocates recommending all cases start in juvenile court, with a judge later deciding whether...
That's how it should be. That's how it should have always been. It should start in juvenile court first. And if they get waived, they get waived. But you don't charge them as adults first. Man, fuck no. These juvenile charges should be held on a case-by-case basis.
They're to transfer them on a case-by-case basis.
We're talking about murder, rape, violent crimes. Why wouldn't we want more eyes looking at those crimes? Why wouldn't we want local states attorneys to make that determination with the courts? And I don't think there's a lot of faith in the juvenile system to make that determination.
The report arguing 85% of those cases already end up dismissed or sent back to juvenile court, while the number of young people being held in adult detention centers across the state is 6 times the federal limit. What is your response to that?
All coming from Baltimore. All coming from Baltimore. Not all, but a large percentage is coming from Baltimore. I would probably say 80.
Statistic.
I just simply don't believe that.
Which
I'd like to
means
see how they got that data. This is not a smart move by any means.
Sitting down with Fox 45, Carroll County Sheriff.
I just wanted to highlight that, man, so y'all can see what the fuck going on and how misleading it is. But then you got cases like this. Did y'all hear about the little white kid that got charged with rape and got probation? Y'all hear about that? I meant to talk about that a couple days ago. 13-year-old kid charged with rape.
I'm their homeboy, so they'll come pick me.
Got probation. 13. Shit might have been 10 days ago. Hold on. I know I saved that shit. Might just be a couple days behind. Not that. Shit was before this. for all this blue face shit. Hold on. Y'all gotta see this if y'all ain't seen this story. I don't know if he was 13 or not. I know he called probation for that shit. It gotta be this. Now it was 10 years ago. White kid gets probation for sexual assault. I can't even find this shit, man. Here you go. Here you go, right here. 9 days ago.
The privileged kid from a connected family who was charged as an adult with 10 felonies back in March and who pleaded no contest to them in August. But by then, in the eyes of the state of Oklahoma, Jesse aged backwards from adult to youthful offender. And that meant the 78-year prison term that Jesse received also aged backwards. It was suspended, all 78 years suspended, and it was replaced by community service and counseling.
Let me run that back, yo, for people that didn't hear it. Let's run it back. Go back to the beginning.
The privileged kid from a connected family who was charged as an adult with 10 felonies.
10 felonies. Hold on. Imagine if he's a black kid, man. They'd have roasted his ass.
Back in March, and who pleaded no contest to them in August. But by then, in the eyes of the state of Oklahoma, Jesse aged backwards from adult to youthful offender. And that meant the 78-year prison term that Jesse received also aged backwards. It was suspended, all 78 years suspended, and it was replaced by community service and counseling and a curfew. And if he keeps his nose clean until he turns 19, and he's 18 now, his record will be expunged.
Damn.
He won't be able to search any of the crimes that he...
Jesus Christ. That nigga got a motherfucking hell of a deal. Shit. What the fuck? Did y'all hear that? Y'all need to hear it again? I gotta rewind it? Or everybody on board?
Committed. And can I tell you those documents? Wait for it. This is a sweet deal for sure, right? But he didn't know, and his mother didn't know that either, when Stillwater police showed up to take him away. She may not even have known why the police were there, though it's hard to believe that Jesse didn't, and it's hard to believe, based on what you hear her say at the top of what you're about to hear, that she didn't know anything. Here's Jesse Butler's so-called awful experience being held to account for his rapes.
We're ready to obviously tell our story too.
Yeah.
Jess, it's Mom. Open the door. It's me.
And if you'll just have him step out.
Okay. Give me your wallet and phone and stuff. So, okay. Your what?
They're in the car.
Well, okay, it's fine. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay. So, can you tell him what you just told me, or?
Yeah, so we're here. We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be there very long, but there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me.
I was gonna save this, you know, for my white on crime my white on white crime docu-series, but this is insane, man.
You know we're gonna win this. It's okay. Yeah. silent.
Andrew,
Rick
it
knows
is.
about this. Candy's on this.
Man,
Dad's
fuck
on
that,
his
ain't no
way.
consequence.
We're coming to get you, okay? Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers.
Okay, so he's going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she knows all the time. She knows what to do.
Yeah.
Make sure
Okay.
she knows Stillwater Police Department, not county.
Stillwater Police Department on Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them know that we're the ones that take them out.
And when you say we are
Stillwater PD.
Stillwater PD.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they don't think you went like straight over and go with the county.
And look how gracious they is with him. How delicate. How respectful. And he's able to get this shit wiped off his record. So that means after a year, he can move on with his life. And Jobs would never even know that he raped some girls. Plural. Not one, but several girls. Young girls.
Pat you down and spread your feet for me.
He's not a juvenile. He's an adult. He's 18 years old. But yet, they want to convince us in Maryland that juveniles should be charged as adults. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm going to always speak out against that shit for the people that be confused as to why. Because I know shit like this goes on. Yep.
Besides that arrest video, the court released a thick stack of affidavits and motions and orders, and I could have spent the whole hours on these horrifying details in these papers. Details leading to charges of sexual battery, forcible oral sodomy, rape by instrumentation, domestic assault, and battery by strangulation that led to that. That surgery right there on that girl's neck. And a half dozen other charges. And then they added one more charge, right? Before he pleaded out, Butler was also charged with violating a protective order. Just imagine what you're facing, and you violate a protective order. Anyway, the court documents are completely harrowing and extraordinarily detailed as to what Jesse Mack did to these girls, with a doctor concurring. You can read everything on our website after the program. Understandably, there's outrage in the community about the
Fuck that. We going to the website, News Nation. I want to know what the fuck yo did. Shit, we probably going to go back on this shit. Shit was 10 days ago. So we're going to go back a little bit. Chicago. And his parents, it looked like his mother guy had some type of rank. We gotta go way back. This shit just happened a couple days ago. That shit was a couple days ago. Damn. What the fuck was your name? What was your name, y'all? Jesse Butler. Protest erupts. Why this not all over social media? It was protests over this? Oh, I wonder why we ain't seen it. So strange. They charged him as a youth offender. He was 17. Rape by sodomy. Or old sodomy, sexual battery, domestic assault, strangulation. Yo, at 17, you supposed to be waved up as an adult. Police officers said the girl identified only as LS dated Butler for about 3 months starting in January 2024 when she was 16. During that time, the victim said Butler repeatedly awed her and attempted to awe her and would strangle her if she refused. The teenager needed surgery to repair the damage done to her neck by strangulation, and her doctor said she would have died had the strangulation lasted another 30 seconds. The girl alleges she gave in to Butler because he threatened to kill her and her family if she didn't. Damn. This nigga's vicious. He gonna do this again. And a separate affidavit says that in March of 2024, Butler dated another 16-year-old identified only as KS for 6 months. This teenager alleges that Butler was aggressive and violent with her and says she went along with unwanted sex to avoid being hurt. The victim also says that one time when she refused, Butler strangled her and recorded himself strangling her until she passed out. Police later found that video on Butler's phone. In the same month, another count was added against Butler, taking the tally to 11 following a violation of protective order. That's all they give. That's all they give us. Okay. But they give us a little bit more than that. So there was protests. Where's the video at? No video of the protest? Okay. Yeah. It's like they're real silent. If he's a black kid, that should have been plastered all over fucking social media.
Sweetheart deal that Jesse Butler got. And a rally is planned on Wednesday outside the courthouse where that happened. Organizers say they're protesting, and I quote, injustice in our legal system.
Thank you for watching.
His ass deserve life for that shit, man. Shorty got a problem. He gonna do this shit again. That's a sickness, man. That's a sickness. You want to talk about repeat offenders? Motherfuckers that do that is prime candidates for repeating again. They gave that boy a fucking deal of a lifetime. It's crazy. Y'all seen this?
I'd like to direct a question to Reverend Mitchell. Do you think that we will be satisfied with the jobs they are giving us?
Yes, son, I think so. Simply because we are asking that you be trained on the job. And the start.
The black sellouts has always been the biggest problem in the black community. Whoever this guy is, the black sellouts.
With a certain salary starting rates, and you would be promoted up to the maximum of the job.
No, I don't believe that. The white man is going to keep you where he got you. You're not going no higher than he wants you to go. And we ain't going to settle for nothing but all the way. And about this violence and non-violence, I'm for violence. Because we have pleaded for the last 400 years.
What would you say to a boy like that? Because this happens to be, coincidentally, the young man in the group that Mr. Meek said you did not speak for. How would you talk to a young boy like that?
Well, I would say I would definitely have to use the Bible, Mr. Duncan.
No, I don't hear that.
Well, this is my own way.
I ain't no Uncle Tom.
Well, salvation.
You can't brainwash me.
Jesus said, first you seek the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and all of these things will be added.
Heaven is on earth, mind you, brother. Where you gonna go when we start revolution? Whose side are you gonna be on? Are you still gonna be on your knees begging for us jobs?
I will, as Mr. Meek said, he wouldn't die standing on his feet rather than to die on his knees. I will die standing up for God, regardless of any circumstance.
Okay. Have God ever told you to let this white man rule you like he is?
Well, young man, you first must be born again. God is a
No, I
spirit.
ain't born again. I ain't got to be born again. See, I was born in a new generation. You could your mother could have brainwashed you, but can't nobody brainwash me. I'm ready. It's gonna take young boys like us to win the revolution. I like to direct a question to Reverend Mitchell.
You'll try to indoctrinate you with the Bible. That shit was crazy. Did y'all see the lady that got shot by the 6-year-old? She won $10 million in court.
We, the jury, on the issues joined,
Y'all remember this case? I covered
find in
this.
favor of the plaintiff, Abigail Zwerner, and assess her damages at $10 million. The award interest beginning on June 1st, 2024. We, the jury, on the issue.
A Virginia teacher who was shot by her 6-year-old student has won a $10 million verdict. A jury found former assistant principal Ebony Parker grossly negligent. She was accused of ignoring warnings that the first grader had a gun the day that he shot Abby Zwerner inside her classroom. She was accused of ignoring warnings that the first grader, again, had that gun. Zwerner was critically injured with a chest wound and underwent multiple surgeries before ultimately leaving teaching altogether. Parker now faces separate criminal charges for child neglect in connection with the case, while the shooter's mom has already served time for child neglect and gun violations. Virginia.
Yeah, the mother got sentenced for 4 years for that shit. Yeah, y'all remember that? That's on my page. I covered it when it first happened. That shit was crazy. Happened in Virginia. Shit was crazy.
Yo, Boozy. What's up, man? You got your upcoming sentence in your next court date in about 12 days, November 21st.
Yeah, I seen
How
that
you
too.
feel about the overall situation, though?
I ain't worried about nothing, man. I trust in God. I ain't stressing or nothing, bro. Like,
for sure.
I'm living my life. Gonna go take me a trip to Miami.
For sure.
I trust in God, bro. I ain't going to jail.
For sure. Yeah, all right.
Powerful thing. I ain't going to jail. But one thing about me, big boy, my chin up and my chest high.
Yeah,
I'm sold. This ain't my first rodeo, nigga.
All right, family. Yo, Boosie.
Yo, Boosie only facing 2 years. Yo, Boosie could get probation. I think a lot of people don't. Yo, Boosie don't have a extensive criminal record, man. For real, they shouldn't even been able to charge Boosie with no federal gun possession because his only conviction on his record is a 3rd-degree marijuana conviction. If he was in any other state outside New Orleans, he wouldn't be charged with that shit, man. Oh, let me show y'all this about the shutdown. Listen to this, Pete.
We need to do this while we have the leverage. Of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer, but it is one of the few leverage times we have.
You reopen the government.
So this shows you who was really the culprits in the government shutdown. Leverage. Everybody's talking about leverage. It's a leverage game.
Leverage. There has to be an agreement right now. That's what this whole shutdown is about.
To be a Democrat, all you got to do is be.
It's all about leverage, man. And the crazy thing about it, they got what they wanted. They won the elections, man. They got the Muslim guy in New York. They won. It's a leverage game. Sometimes you gotta play a leverage game. Remember I told y'all about Krishan Rock? Look at this.
It's Krishan Malone. This is a video clip just showing who I am. I like to act. I like to model. I run track. I'm very athletic. I used to play soccer in high school. I cheer here too. It's Krishan Malone.
Clout. Fuck that girl up, man. She wasn't like that for real. Fuck that girl up. Yeah, this the 12-year-old thing.
Where her mother at?
Where this little girl mother at? People are stunned that the robbery suspect is just 12 years old. One of those robberies happening right here near the Noma Gallaudet U New York Avenue metro station. Riders tell me as they get off trains that they can't believe that the suspect is 12 years old. Let's roll some video to show you more about these robberies. Police say the 12-year-old and a group of juveniles were out here on the 200 block of N Street Northeast trying to steal someone's bike but snatching their groceries instead and running away around 7:45 last Wednesday night. Around just 20 minutes later, someone is riding a scooter on the Metropolitan Branch Trail near the 1300 block of 2nd Street Northeast. Detectives say the 12-year-old girl and a group of juveniles grabbed the rider's book bag, stealing the scooter and a cell phone. And then this past Sunday, that's when police tracked down one of the suspects, that 12-year-old girl, charging her with all the robberies. People who live in the neighborhood are shocked that the suspect is so young. God, where her mother at? Where this little girl mother at? Where they role models at? Where's the adults? That's the question we all trying to figure out.
It's a sad, unfortunate, reality that we live in.
And tonight, police tell me that they are continuing this investigation, and they say that there are other...
But that goes into what I was saying about Mellow Bucks. You know, you got these gangster girls rapping that shit. You got these young girls listening to it. But the gangster girls that's rapping it is not falling victim to the situations that the young girls that's listening to it is. I don't respect that shit. Y'all remember her? Donna Goodell, parole request was denied again. She was released in 2029. Y'all remember this girl?
So you can't see at all?
Huh?
You can see though, right?
I'm legally blind. I can see, barely. I ain't no robbing type of person. I wouldn't do nothing to no innocent man. I've been robbed. I've been pistol whipped. That goddamn
POP hold it
I'm
down.
innocent. I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is my side of the story. I can't tell no other story. I'm innocent. And Mama, I love you. POP, hold it down. Right, these all good pimp squad, baby, for life.
So you can't see at all?
Yeah. I hope POP hold that shit down, man. Sleep the POP, man. Where the fuck they is? You got Boosie situation.
Lucy, what did you order today at Amy Ruth's?
Grits, bacon, sausage, and chicken and waffles.
That sounds delicious. So, first of all, I want to tell you this, that you're a real one, number one. You are a real one. The realist for performing at that young lady's funeral. Like, that is so, honestly, I was like so impressed with you. Because that's real showmanship. I'm not going to lie. Like, that's a big, big deal. Were you honored that they called you for that opportunity?
Yeah, I was honored. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of got butterflies before I did it. I don't get butterflies because I didn't want. I don't know why. I just, I'm a spiritual person myself, but I thought about it and I was like, we rejoicing.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted before she passed away. She wanted to always see me in concert. And I came there a month before, but she was too sick.
Okay.
So she ended up passing. So she always wanted to see me. So
now, we got to ask you, I know you wanted to hire someone to help you, hopefully get a pardon from President Trump. How is that going? Are you working on that still, or?
Well, I got sentencing on the 21st.
Okay.
I'm still working on it. I'm still trying. As you know, my voice is a loud voice, so I'm still gonna be asking for the president for a pardon. Right now, I don't have it, but I'm confident about my situation. I feel good about my situation.
If God forbid, if you do have to go in, what do you plan on working on during your time?
I'm not going to speak that into because your mouth is a powerful thing.
Yep. Say no more.
I'm not going to say that I'm going in
Say
at
no
all.
more.
But whatever happens, I just feel like it's God plan,
Right.
But I'm going in there chin up, chest high. I'm going in there with confidence and
period.
With my family and ready for.
Yeah, so Yeah, your Boosie should be alright, man. He ain't facing no long prison sentence. That third degree marijuana case is bogus. Like they really gave you 8 years for that shit. Like imagine getting 8 years on a third degree marijuana case. Like what the fuck, 8 years? God damn. Niggas out this bitch catching fucking first degree assault and getting 20. You feel me? You getting 8 years for marijuana is crazy. That shit is crazy, man. Hey man, I support anybody that's coming out the closet, man. You know, I support I got more support for people that's out the closet than the ones that's in, man. Sleep my man, well the fuck, however you pronounce that shit for coming out the closet, man. How you feel, man? Are you relieved? You know? You know? Take us through that, man. You know, you might can promote somebody else to come out. You know, how does that work, y'all? Like it? How do you feel after that? Let us know, man. Yo, crazy motherfucker. But I feel great, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm happy for you, y'all. You know what I mean? You know, you should be able to, you should always be comfortable in your own skin. Happy for you, yo. You should start an advocate group to help more people come out the closet. Yeah, man. I think we need everybody. I think should nobody be in the closet, man. Straight up. You should not be in the motherfucking closet at this day and age. We need everybody out the closet. You know what I mean? The closet is packed full. You can't even fit clothes in that bitch. So what we need you to do now, you know, since you came out and you happy to be out, we need you to help promote others to come out, you know. You think you can do that? you think you can take the next step and start promoting others to come out? Straight up. We need that shit, man, in the world. You can make Atlanta a better place. You can start in Atlanta. You can start in Atlanta, like how Black Lives Matter did. You know, we start a whole little coalition. You can get some motherfucking you can get some sponsors behind you. You can make it a big thing. Make $1 million. Make it shit. You can make $90 million like Black Lives Matter did, and just go state to state promoting. Coming out. I think that'll be great for you, man. But I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up in a couple hours. Get these kids ready for school. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, Shy, what the hell, Shy? What you doing up this time of night? We've been live for goddamn 3 hours, Shy. You just waking up. Damn it, Shy. Well, think we had a good live, covered a lot of different topics. I'm getting just worrying about winning. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to win now. I love that mentality. Covered a lot of different topics for real. And we are sitting here in the studio. That's right. They ever the fun over the accolades, but I do want to get one quick question in regarding. Yeah, make sure I hit that like button. Want to support the platform? Cash App Baltimore Swag. Hype the video. Gotta make sure we hype the videos. I don't know if it work or not, but at least do it. Like actually, like food. It's another day. Keep what you need in the mouth. I don't know. Maybe it's steak actually. I can go first. Oh yeah, Shower. That's what they be doing. They have. I've been shadow banned for like a month and a half now. I think this is the first day they let me see the light again. But I'll be shadow banned again. You know how that shit go. I'll probably be shadow banned in like another 2 weeks. They might give me 2 weeks out. Another 2 weeks they gonna share. I'm gonna say something now like might call out Vlad or Adam or Call whack 100 the Fed agent. I'm gonna do something that's gonna land me back shadow bank. But it's another day. Keep it G News. And I'm out.